What's up, Lowlives? It's your boy Rhino back with another eclectic episode of the Lowlife podcast. Join with me is Eldano.
I thought you were going to come up with something.
I was thinking about something. I didn't do it, but
we're not very quick on the draw today. So
I was talking to fucking someone. I actually feel like slower today. Like I was saying to one of my coworkers, I was like, dude, I'm like 20 minutes behind everybody today.
For real.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah. But what do you guys think of the new podcast studio, huh? Pretty legit.
Fuck yeah, man. This table's sick.
I made it myself. It was my first live edge.
Love it.
Yeah. I went black.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I'll put some flames or something on it for you.
Yeah, it was fucking hard. I made a fucking mess in my garage, dude.
Yeah,
dude. There's fucking sawdust everywhere. Like
Yeah.
every surface has sawdust. It's actually came out worse than like Bondo. Like
No
fucking
shit.
sawdust everywhere.
Ugh.
And then I got fucking the stain on the ground. I got the fucking, what is that shiny shit called?
Lacquer? You'd use
Yeah,
lacquer?
something like that.
Or did you use epoxy?
Polyurethane.
Oh, yeah.
That's all fucking, that's permanently a part of the garage floor too.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wanted to be able to host more than just me and you. And we were doing it for my desk before. So this is what I had envisioned, the Lowlife long table. So now we can have guests in house and we can get rowdy in here. And we got plenty of place for activities. We've got our fucking CeeLo board. You know, we're not all bunched up. We're not touching each other and
Yeah.
shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels natural. It looks good, man. I love it.
Yeah. A surprisingly cheap live edge.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lumber yard right up the road, and this was like a fucking, so it was a 12-footer, or it was like 12 and a half feet.
Damn.
Yeah, and they cut it in half, they did the edge, and then they planed both sides down to like 2.5 inches, so it was nice and flat. $79.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. So then all I had to do was I put dowels and glued it together and pressed it together, and then sanded, stained, and I took all the bark off the side.
That's awesome.
That was a
dude.
fucking chore, though, to get that bark off, get it smooth. I made a fucking mess, but it was fun. And I got a table, and it was only $80.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
So thank you, Patreon subscribe. Actually, it was my own money. I already blew all the Patreon money
Fucking A.
on this fucking mixer. That's sick.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I just wanted to take before we start this Q&A episode, thank you for everybody to join in on the comments. There's a couple of light housekeeping items that I wanted to get off. Number one, I wanted to say thank you to Big Truth for having us done a Chop Ahead a couple weeks ago. I had a fucking blast, as if you guys probably saw. I feel bad that I blacked the fuck out. You know, they say never to meet your heroes, but Truth is an exception to that rule, you know.
100%.
Super accommodating, inviting. I fucked up all the audio by being a blacked out fucking degenerate alcoholic, but he was cool with it. I had a fucking blast and I can't wait to do it again. But yeah, dude, big shout out to Truth. It was my favorite podcast I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And thank you for everybody that hit me up concerned about my well-being. I don't usually find myself in such a state of beastly intoxication. It was just like a perfect storm of things coming together.
That was good, man. I even felt the urge to drink down there and let loose a little bit. It was good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn in your sobriety chip after 4 years because we forced you to drink.
Yeah, oh well. I certainly haven't been sober for 4 years, so
Yeah.
that's a fact. But yeah, no, that was a lot of
What
fun.
it's called being California sober, right?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cali sober. It's when you quit drinking and then you just smoke fuck tons of weed instead.
That's where I'm at, baby. I love it. Yeah, it's good. It's good for me.
Yeah, so really hoping we got since that episode, it inspired me to get an actual mixer. So I've been fucking learning that shit. Hopefully this sounds crispy. It's a steep learning curve. Every new piece of electronic equipment, dude, I have to like, and it's not like on motorcycles, you go to Chop Cult and you're talking to dudes that are into bikes and it's exciting and it's cool and they know what they're talking about. You have to go on like nerd forums to figure out about like AV shit, you know? It's fucking dry, dude. But yeah, hopefully we sound crispy. We did some testing. We did some fiddling. But yeah, I'm excited. And hopefully that was the last episode. I spent 3 days fucking editing all the audio and it still came out like garbage, but whatever.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention on this show is we have a couple of new segments coming out. One, I wanted to remind everybody about our Fred Talks segment. We'll pop up the email. I believe it's fredtalks@gmail.com. I'm going to ask him to come back on in February. But we also have a new segment called Rhino's Mailbag. MALE, like my scrotum.
Yeah.
Rhino at thelowlifepodcast.com. You can write into either me or Dan at that address, or hit Dan up at dan@thelowlifepodcast.com and tell us a story. Ask us a question. Fucking, I know you motherfuckers love this Q&A shit. Yep. So if you have anything, I'm just going to have a section during the show, if anybody fucking uses email, to just read it live on air. So if you have something you want to get off your chest, I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about a fucked up story that happened to you? I'll read it. Yeah, sure. I want to know. So Rhino that's Rhino, RYNO.
I got to know that.
The phonetic spelling of Rhino.
You got to know that by now.
You don't know this, then you don't know me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rhino's Mailbag. I have an awesome video drop for it too. It's fucking hilarious. All right, last thing that we got to do before we get into these motherfucking questions, and we got a lot of them.
Yeah, we do.
We got to do the drawing.
Hell yeah.
We got to do the drawing.
True.
All right, so this is for Oxford Co Choppers. Boy Chris donated these. Fucking, they're so heavy duty, dude. Like, if you don't run these on your chopper, then you have the wrong set of handlebars.
Agreed.
They're tough. They're fucking just, you can get them any which way. Dude, he makes them with like huge ape hangers like the ones you had.
Yep.
These ones are like T-bar with a little bit of pullback, but all stainless steel, TIG welded in-house. The guy's a fucking master.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and make that drawing because I said I was going to do it on Christmas. I forgot. I said I was going to do it on New Year's. I forgot. I said I was going to do it to swap meet. I forgot. Yeah. I'm just forgetful. I'm like Forgetful Jones.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we're trying here.
Yeah, dude. Fucking working my ass off here. All right. Let's change over to the wheel. Sick, dude. All right, a beard named Carrie.
Congratulations.
Congrats, dude. Yeah, if you're listening, if you make stuff, if you have bike parts, if you're like a local shop, you want to drum up some biz, let us know. If you want to donate some parts or something, like anything. If you have something you want to donate for one of these giveaways, just let us know. And we'll run basically the giveaway sponsor ad for the entire month. Yep. So you get a whole month. That's guaranteed 4 episodes. We're 330 something episodes in. Haven't missed a motherfucking Friday yet. I'm actually going to have to teach you how to do some of this shit. So in case I get in a fucking car accident, or more likely a motorcycle accident.
Oh, yeah. If you get into a motorcycle accident and are incapable of doing a podcast, it will be me recording on my cell phone.
Yeah. Or you would have to come to the ICU with like a laptop, and then I'll be like, you'll be like, blink twice if I click here.
Yeah, exactly.
Type shit. All right. Cool. I think, was there anything else that we had to do for housekeeping?
I just, real quick, I want to shout out again, Chris from Oxford Chopper Co. He just sent me some pictures. He's got my frame all cut up right now. He's working on that. Really fucking excited about that. Doing cast axle plates. He's reworking that whole seat post area for me. So thank you, bro. Appreciate that. I can't wait to get that frame back and get rolling on the Evo. And then also we just want to say something real quick about, obviously all the fires and everything that are going on out west. If you're a Lowlife and you're affected by that, please reach out. If there's anything we can do, if there's a link we can share, if there's somewhere we can donate, anything like that, reach out to us, hit us up, let us know, please. We want to do what we can. And yeah, hopefully everybody who is listening to this out there is safe. And
yeah, there's probably quite a few dudes affected by it, but Lowlife should get, preferential treatment. So if you have, there's probably like 4,000 GoFundMe's going on right now for dudes and out there. But if you're a lowlife, you got a GoFundMe and your fucking house burnt down or some shit, let us know. We'll blast it out. We'll try to help.
100%.
We'll even donate.
Yeah,
how about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was nice, Dan. I didn't even think about that. Like helping other people. All right. Speaking of helping other people, we should get to these fucking questions.
I'm excited for this. This is my first one.
This is Dan's first one. You guys didn't even give him hell. I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of really fucked up ones in here. Yeah.
No, honestly, they were really good. I'm really impressed. And I appreciate you guys asking a lot of questions. This is really cool.
These are some of my favorite episodes, is the Q&As.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I took fuckloads of notes. Check this shit out.
Oh shit.
I didn't take notes on every single question, but there are some questions on there that were thought provoking and they were good questions, and they deserve the respect of me sitting down and actually coming up with an eloquent
Look at you.
answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, rather than just trying to rattle.
So this will be a little different than you guys are used to when me and Loctite just fucking saw the questions for the first time.
No, believe me, 99% of them are off the cuff. Like literally, I have IDK for this one. Like I didn't plan that well. Most of this shit will be off the dome, but there were a couple of them, like Bougie Billy's, that one. Oh yeah, I wanted to write that down because I didn't want to have to come up with shit off the top of my head and miss people or whatever.
True,
I'm still going to.
Yeah. A new feature of the podcast too is I'll be stacking up the Modelo cans and bottles in front of me, and if I drink enough, you won't even be able to see me.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I'll just be behind a wall of Modelo cans.
That's a good idea.
All right, we got to get through some of these questions.
Let's do it.
Oh, the other thing, I was going to do a call-in show, but it turns out that that's really hard to do unless you have a lot of money. So we're going to hit pause. I'm definitely going to try to do that for the Patreons, and it'll be at all levels. So if you sign up for $1, $5, or $10, when we do call-in shit, you'll be able to get queued up. I just got to figure out how to do it. There's a lot of fucking different options out there, and I didn't want to do it shittily. I didn't want to have like people calling one phone number and it's just like, oh, it's busy,
Yeah, right.
And I don't have the bandwidth this week to fucking learn about telephones.
Yeah, we got to do some R&D on that for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, first question, we'll go in order here of how IG displays it. I don't know how they do that, but it's our boy, Fish Tank Whiskey, FTW. After building chops like shovels, pans, and Evos, would you consider stepping down a tier, so to speak, to build bikes like Sportsters and XSs? I'll always build Sportsters. I think they're the best.
I love Sportsters.
I got one downstairs right now.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to build if I ever have time away from this podcast to actually wrench on bikes again, which I'm hoping to have, within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Sportsters.
Yeah.
Jap stuff, I'm absolutely done with. I will never touch another Jap bike.
Really?
I don't want to build a CB. I don't want to build an XS.
I would build a CB for sure. XS, honestly, I have no interest in XS. Yeah. And Sportsters for sure, especially like I would like to do an Ironhead. I've never done an Ironhead. I'd like to actually give that a shot.
I'd like to finish an Ironhead. I've started a few. I've never finished them.
I'd like to, and truthfully by that, I mean, I'd like to get one that runs and rides pretty good. Magneto, you know what I mean? Pretty much dialed in and then turn it into a bike.
Yeah. Fish actually just posted his video of him on that 68 that he got rid of and he regrets. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
An early Ironhead, I would do that.
For sure. But I also want to state, I haven't built a shovel, a pan, or an Evo yet. I'm in the process of doing but I haven't done those yet. So I still consider myself Sportster level builder. But
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you know Sportster level builder.
And not saying that in a negative way at all whatsoever. I love Sportsters. I've only built
There's a hierarchy though. I mean,
there is.
The way I see it, it's like Ironheads, and then you have like your Evos, Evo Sportsters, and then you have shovel, pan, knuckle.
Right. The older it gets, the more difficult it is. I think, at least from my inexperience with that shit. But,
and the guys that are like really elite builders that like do stuff for like invited builders to Born Free and shit, they're doing knuckles, they're doing pans. It's a higher tier.
For sure.
You know, those are they're cooler bikes.
They're higher value. Yeah.
And nothing against Jap bikes. I actually love, aside from Sportsters, the only other thing I'd even consider is like an XS, because I think they look awesome. But the reason I will never build one is because at a certain point when I was accumulating tools, I made a decision that I'm not going to buy metric.
Yeah.
Because you go and you're like, oh, I got to get the standard and metric. Now it just doubles the price of tools. So I said, you know what? I'm done with the metric shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to focus on, you know, American shit.
Right.
That's why. Not because they're not cool. However, I've never been a big fan of the CB chops.
Yeah.
I don't like the engine's so fucking big. I just, some of them look cool from the side, but like that was my first bike, was a CB750. And no shade to anybody that builds those or likes those. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I like the XSs because when they're stripped down, there's lots of negative space.
Yeah.
And they kind of look like a Triumph, you know. Right. They kind of look like they got that look to them that I like. So.
For sure.
So no shade. It's just not my thing, and I don't have the tools for it.
Right.
So and I'm not buying them.
Yeah. My thing is, honestly, it's more so I am getting more and more interested in, you know, not like Kenny's House of Horsepower level or anything like that, but I'm interested in, I want my bikes to go pretty fast. You know what I mean? Like my 4-speed 883, just it is what it is. I don't care what you say. The thing runs great. And every single time I go riding with you guys, we're pulling away from a light and I'm in fourth gear already going, trying to catch up.
Yeah, and
it'll hang on a highway or whatever, but
that's a good point too. Is like the people it depends on who you ride with, because we've ridden with dudes that have XSs and they cannot keep up with a 1200 Sportster.
It just is what it is.
You can't do it.
It is what it is. And for me, that's becoming more. I have no problem with any of that. I love the little bikes. They're fun as shit. My Sportster weighs nothing. Like that thing's fun as fuck. But my interests are starting to head toward big twin only.
Older, 88 and older and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I like those. They look better and they interest me, and they're the next challenge. You know, like I built a shovel head, and I'll probably build another shovel head, you know, because it's a great platform. Sure. I really like it, and it's comfortable. And again, Sportsters, I can wire up a Sportster. I can do anything on a sport. I've fucked with Sportsters for years. Right. Dude. So it's like, it's really fun to do that kind of work. 'Cause when you know what you're doing, it's not as frustrating.
Exactly.
You know?
For sure. I will definitely build Evo Sportsters, Ironhead, whatever. I will fuck with Sportsters again for sure. Fuck, dude, I would murder people for a K model, but, but yeah, I'm just at the point now where I would like to build big twins. It's different. I can tell you, because I'm going through it right now with both the Evo and the Panhead, that like it is a different build. When your transmission is
separate,
is built in, it's already aligned. You don't have to worry about that. Your primary is all there. That's a good amount that you don't have to think about. You know what I mean? And just, you know, all the other nuances of.
But it's cool, like to have, like when I did the transmission rebuild on that shovel, like that was fucking really interesting. You know, like that was a really interesting thing to take it all apart, never done it before, ratchet top, you know, and put it back together and have it fucking work, you know, like, and I haven't fucked with a Sportster transmission yet, because mine luckily has been good, but, yeah, dude, I would fuck with Sportsters all forever. Yeah. Just like, dude, the early aught Sportsters, like the 2001, 2, and 3, I think I'll get another one of those eventually too, because that bike, I regret selling it because it was such a durable bike. Like I never had major issues. Like did a top end on it once, but like, and I had some electrical issues every once in a while, but like nothing really to knock me down for like a month or weeks within the riding season, you know, like really easy fixes. And they fucking run like a top, dude.
Parts are available. There's tons of aftermarket.
Huge aftermarket.
They're the Honda Civic of choppers, of motorcycles, really.
That's the other thing too, is the aftermarket for Harley stuff in America, fucking massive.
Right.
Excess stuff, Honda stuff, it's not there, you know, and the knowledge isn't there either. Like I don't even personally know anybody that like knows everything about a CB750, you know. But if you have a problem with a Sportster, dude, around here, like the people that I know, there's nothing that can stop you or stump you, you know.
Yeah.
He does have a second part to this question. What do you love most about chopper culture?
Good question.
You want to go first?
I think what I love most about chopper culture is cool bikes. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously that is the main draw. I don't know. I think for me, it's, I don't know. It's let your freak flag fly kind of deal. Like there is, like we talked about with truth, like there are rules, to an extent. You got to, behave a certain way, but there's also, because there's so many levels of chopper culture, like you can just buy a chopper. You can have someone build you a chopper. You can go to zero shows. You can go to all of them. Like there's just so many different variances of how into this you can be. And I think that starts to really show, like you can learn a lot about a person that you don't know by looking at their bike that they built or had built or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it's cool. It's like, it's kind of one of those things where like, if you're really serious about it, you really care about it, you really want to be a part of it, that shows.
Yeah.
If you're here for all the wrong reasons, that also shows.
Right.
But I'm not even talking about that. It's an authenticity thing, I think, for me.
Yeah.
This is very authentic. It's a lot like hardcore with me. You either show up to shows or you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. And it's not a shit talker thing. It's just, it's very apparent where you are in this. And I like that. I like knowing my place. I like knowing my lane. And
it's kind of like, I like it for the same reason. Like it's almost like a test to weed out a lot of the fake people. Cause like in your regular work life or whatever, in your family life, there's liars, there's stealers, there's people that'll stab you in the back. There's people that are disingenuine and people don't give a fuck about you. But the thing about the chopper culture, it harkens back to a time when things were important. Like your handshake meant something, like helping your friend out meant something. There's lots of cultures. Like I'm sure like guys that are into fucking Legos or other hobbies, they won't like leave their house no matter what they're doing and go help you with your broke down bike, pick it up in a truck, like that kind of shit. Or like if I'm like, hey Dan, I have a problem with my bike, or someone brings a something over and it's like we spend all day working on it. You know what I mean? You don't find that in other places because to get into this, you kind of have to be a little bit of a dirtbag. You know what I mean? Because you're getting dirty and it's biker culture and shit like that. But you have to have your shit together enough to be able to afford a fucking motorcycle.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So it's not like meth heads and shit, right? Right. And it's not like fucking hoity-toity motherfuckers either, because it's actual hard work. Right. So it's like the hard work and the money thing. It's like you have to have, it's like a perfect recipe to attract the right kind of people. Yeah. And motorcycles are dangerous, so you don't have a bunch of pussies. You
also have to have an ego. I've been saying this for a long time. Like choppers, when you really boil it down and think about it, this is a very vain enterprise that we involve ourselves in. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I'm so good that I'm going to take this pre-70s motorcycle and I'm going to do a bunch of shit to it, and it's going to be fucking cooler than it was from the factory. Yeah. That's vain as fuck. Yeah. This crazy bright yellow and red fucking flamed paint job, that's vain as fuck. I get it. You just got to accept that. Yeah. We're just doing our peacock thing. And like, that's part of it. And that's cool. So I like that part, not in like a look at me, but it's like, I can put like this Evo, especially, I can do whatever the fuck I want to these bikes. And that's on me. Yeah. If everybody hates it, who gives a fuck? So
it marries a couple of things for me too. Is like, I've always loved being outdoors. I grew up like outdoors. Like we didn't have like television shit when I was a kid. Like we weren't sitting around like fucking, the video games sucked when I was growing up, like you can only play Super Mario 1 for so many hours before you're like, what the fuck, dude? Oh yeah. So like, I've always had a love of the outdoors, and I love to travel, and I love the adventure, and you marry those two things, and it's like,
there's three things, but
oh yeah. So you marry those things. It's a polygamous relationship. It's three things. Outside, open road, adventure, and then also being able to accomplish things, and the creativity, like with the paint and the fabrication and learning new skills. Like that was a big draw to me, was just like, I've had a million different fucking hobbies, and they've come and gone, but this is the only one that's held on to me and challenged me and interested me. And it's like, and I think Fish said this when he was on his last show. It's like you look at his Instagram, you think it's like 90% of his life, but it's just a hobby. You know what I mean? Like you fit it in where you can get it, and it's important. It's the most important thing about my identity is to get riding time in, to get fabrication time in, to get motor building, like all the other stuff I do, like with the kids and fucking family stuff, and like this podcast is a labor of love. But I don't know. I like the challenge of it. But the chopper culture, the thing I like is the people that it attracts are my kind of people. People that will fucking, they have integrity, they have grit. And I fucked this question up on Truth's podcast when he was asking, because I was fucking blacked out. He asked me what I love, what keeps me doing this. Same reason I love the chopper culture is like the people in it are the best people I've ever met in my entire life. And I've been around the world and I've met probably 1 million people in my life. And I've hung out with fucking, CEOs, and I've hung out with the most degenerate thugs. And the chopper culture is just like, these are my people, people that care about their friends. They fucking stand up for their people. Where else, like in your life, are people giving you free shit?
Yeah, right.
Your buddy's just like, you need something, I got it. They don't want anything in return. It's only in this culture that I've experienced myself.
For sure.
So for all those reasons, that's why the chopper guys, and that's probably why I'll always be a chopper guy. It's not just because I think the bikes look the best.
Right.
And they're the coolest and they're the most dangerous. But the guys that are into the choppers, they just seem to be my kind of guys and gals.
Yeah, definitely. We could go on about this for fucking hours straight up. Like I could give you a million reasons why I like this shit. It's the first thing I think about when I wake up.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I think about when I go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
All I can think about right now in the last couple weeks is that motherfucking panhead.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's all. And Alex and I are nonstop working on it, figuring out, getting, whatever shit we need.
That's another thing too, is like, I'm probably just as stoked for you as for having that panhead as you are for having it.
Which is why I fuck with you so hard.
Yeah.
Because how many other people around here can I say that about?
Yeah. There's like, the dudes that are into this shit, they're not like jealous or whatever, it's just like, you get stoked when other people are doing good. You're just like someone making parts or starting their own shop or striking out on their own, and you want to help them, and you just want to be like, dude, that you're so cool for doing that.
Speaking of which, shout out Heavyweight Choppers, Chase. Were you around when he showed us the jockey shifter he made?
No,
he's going to start doing parts. So keep an eye on that. Heavyweight Choppers on Instagram. I don't know. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him.
Yeah, I will definitely. I would love to have Chase on the show.
First of all, we were talking about different kinds of bikes. He built like the coolest BSA I've ever fucking seen in my life. Yeah. And he's heavy into bikes. He's always building shit, and he's building shit for his friends. He builds sick fucking bikes.
Yep, absolutely.
All different kinds too.
Builder, he does it all, man. Yeah, he's incredible. But he's going to be starting to make parts. He did this fucking super cool jockey shifter that he made himself. He riveted it to match everything else.
I'd love to talk to him. He's a cool dude. I did some vapor honing for him. I think I told the story when I was a guest on the show, but like he had a shovel head. He was rebuilding it. I vapor honed the entire top end, and I think he swung by, picked it up at like noon, and he was at bike night that night with that fucking thing. Yeah. So he's like really about it.
For sure. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely, dude. All right. Espaceta. Who does the new intro song? It's a local band. I'd love to check them out. Well, you can, because it's me and Dan.
Yep.
I do the vocals. Dan did all the instrument. No, it's AI.
Yeah, it was AI. Shout out Big Truth. That M4. I was listening to the Halloween M4. It was right when I started coming on or whatever, and like, hey, we need an intro song. I went and I bought my own little mixer and a bunch of other stuff, some inputs and stuff, and I was trying. I had a song written. I had a jingle written. I'd sent it to Rhino. He was cool with it. I sent it to Loctite. He was cool with it. And I just couldn't figure out in a short amount of time. The learning curve, again, was steep, and I couldn't figure out how to get a good recording. And I have an electronic drum set and all that shit. So if you're really good with that stuff, please hit me up, because it's something I would like to get into. But I listened to that M4 podcast, and they were talking about they were doing the AI songs that they came up with. So I went and got that exact same fucking app, paid for it, and I made like 90 something different iterations.
What's the app name again?
I have to look it up. I forget.
Sonus or something, right?
Shit, which one was it? It's not Chatbox, is it?
No. I think it's called like Sonus or something like that.
I don't know why I don't even
It's
have
a
it.
made up word for sure. It's all right.
Yeah, either way, I can't find it on my phone at the moment. I only used it literally it was just that one day, and I made a bunch of different
I made a bunch of them and you
iterations.
sent it over and I was like, dude, this one's it.
Yeah, that one.
But you did write the lyrics to that one.
Yeah, so you do have to write, like, you have to give it a prompt. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you if you're complaining about that it's AI. Give me a fucking break,
Yeah.
dude. I got to put in, Lowlife podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put that I wanted it in the style of Boston hardcore.
And it is a full song. I only use like 30 seconds of it or 20 seconds of it or whatever, but it's a full length song.
Right.
It keeps on going.
Yeah, for sure. So that shit's super fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear shit. I'm
glad someone likes it. That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
feedback, man.
for sure.
All right, we got Dewey Things. How many miles y'all putting down on a year? It depends on the year.
I honestly, even if I had a good year or a bad year, I couldn't tell you. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, we
Like,
don't have
that's not
odometers.
something that I really honestly pay attention
With choppers,
to.
people don't really know.
Well, it's like some people, like, you're doing a big route, it's
Yeah.
500 so miles or whatever. You do whatever, how many of those, blah, blah, blah. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't really pay much attention to
Yeah, I
that.
don't
If
even
I had
know.
to guess, being generous, because especially the last couple of years, I really haven't gotten to ride quite as much as I wanted to. I didn't get to go to Deadbeat this year. That's a fucking bunch of miles.
Yeah.
Honestly, this season, I probably did 1,000 to 1,500 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And that's probably being generous.
And I haven't. We're not like long distance guys either. Like
Right.
we're planning on going to Ohio. We're gonna be driving out there. Like it's tough to get the time off of work, away from family.
Yeah.
And when I was working at like an actual place, like a physical place, I work from home now, but I used to ride my bike in from fucking like March to November.
Yeah.
I'd do thousands of miles.
That's a good
you
point.
know what I mean?
I can't do that anymore either.
Yeah. And that was like the best part of the day was riding into work. And now I have to remember to fit it in, and it's like, oh, go get a coffee or go get, like in the middle of the day. But I used to ride 2 hours every single day for months and months and months and months. And I think like one year I did like almost 20,000 miles. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing 100 miles a day for fucking most of the year, plus all the other trips and shit.
Yeah.
So that's hard. It's hard to know. And now I'm not like a miles guy either. Like it's like how many hours to this place?
True.
You know what I mean? I
same.
never look at the mileage.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. I try to get as many as I can for sure.
I was gonna say as much as possible, but I don't.
And I'd love to do like definitely bucket list item. And I got to make it like New Year's res. I want to do a cross country once in my life. You know what I mean? Like on a chopper from New Hampshire to fucking California and back.
Yeah.
But probably not this year.
No, it definitely won't be this year for me.
Yeah. I think you have to plan that shit out like a year.
That's one of those things where, and I know people do it. I don't think I want to do it enough right now that I would go through the steps and the process of, taking the time
You have to
off
plan
and
it out,
convincing
yeah.
my wife, hey, I'm going to be gone for
Yeah.
a fucking month.
Yeah. I can do it. It's just a matter of like when is a good time to do that.
Yeah.
Because I have unlimited PTO now.
Right.
My new job. So I could be like, I'm going on sabbatical.
Honestly, the job thing is the least of my concerns with that shit because
True.
I'm kind of at a career.
The kids
turning
is
point
big,
anyways,
yeah,
but
yeah.
It's the kids and the wife being gone for an entire month.
You'd have to coordinate it with them almost because it's like, how long does it take to ride out to California and back?
I believe
I don't want to be away
say-
from my kids that long,
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, boo-hoo, but I don't want to be away from my children for that long. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't want
When they're older,
yeah.
when my kids are old
When they're
enough
like
that,
teenagers, so they don't want to hang out with you anyways. It's like
or
maybe
even
then.
like, even when they're old enough that they aren't a full-time gig for
yeah.
us, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way toward my children, but like young
Younger kids require a lot of
like
time,
all
yeah.
of your attention.
Yeah. And
All
as
of it.
a
You can't
dad
just go,
too.
hey, you two, as 2-year-old, 6-year-old, go to your room and play
Yeah.
your games and
Yeah.
stay away for 8 hours.
But the thing about young kids, it in being a dad, it's just about being present.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily even have to be doing anything with them. Like, they just want to know that you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're not there, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially, for like days on end and shit. That's more than, I don't know. I would love to ride cross country.
Yeah.
But in the interim.
Someday.
In the interim, I'm going to keep going to,
we're
branching out. We're going to Ohio this year. That's as far as I've gone for anything motorcycle related.
Yeah.
So we're getting better.
Yeah. So Dewey Things also, number 2, when are we going to do a show? We're going to do a show real soon. So if you guys hadn't seen, if you're, we're going to do one with Dewey. I don't know if he's on, I don't know if he's a Patreon or not, but, so we'll do one with you, Dewey, because you've been here. You've been here with us since the start, before us.
Yeah.
The Loctite and Grease days. So we'll do one with you. But if you guys didn't know, if you want to be on the show, I'm doing Hood Rat Stories, I'm calling it. If you're a Hood Rat, $10 a month, get over on Patreon, sign up to do a show with me. I'm going to do an interview, and we're going to release it for the Hood Rats.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a full length thing, so we're not going to have all the sponsors and all that shit. But it's time that we'll do a video. If you're fucking local, you can come here.
Yeah. Check
Check out the new podcast studio. If you're remote, if you're out of range or whatever, we'll schedule something. I'm going to do one a month. So sign up and do a show with us. All right. Death Metal Cycles. How do I sell my Sportster chopper for a panhead? Dan's got this one.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what I want to fucking say, that's for sure. But, yeah.
You cannot.
No,
Yeah.
you can. Maybe not sell, raffle.
Actually, you know what? You can. Because I see Sportsters. Actually, my Sportster that I sold it, and magically it doubled in price when it went back on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, but it's still on Facebook Marketplace last I checked.
Yeah. Well, some fucking idiot will probably buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude,
if you find that out, brother, you let me know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to open up some holes, I think. Too petty, capo. I'm planning my chop soon and was wondering, have you ever rewired an Evo Sporty? I've never done it and was wondering if it would be too difficult to try to attempt.
Easy, man.
Yeah.
Easy breezy. For one, an Evo Sportster, like we were talking about earlier, you can type in Evo Sportster wiring harness diagram and you'll get anything you want. Any configuration, per ignition you're using.
Yeah.
And if not, I mean, you can find it, but if you don't want to go that route and make your own harness, which I recommend because it's easy as fuck.
It's fun,
You
too.
got Gremlin Wiring. Shout out Gremlin Wiring.
I was going to say Gremlin Wiring does the Sportster kit.
The Sportster treat, dude, it's the shit. I used it on the Scythe.
Did you? Yeah, dude. I saw like he gives you a little pamphlet, has wiring diagrams for all different things. It's so fucking. We should have him on the show because he's an interesting guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid simple. So Sportster, you can get them on lowbrow. You can get them.
I think Throttle Addiction also has their version of one.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact. I think they started coming out with harnesses for Sportsters, but an Evo Sporty is.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking easy. And I would say here's the trick with wiring. It's so. When I first started getting into bikes, that was my number one concern was the electric stuff. And then once you do it once, you're like, this is so fucking easy.
Realize there's so few components. Here's the thing. Here's the one fuck up I've ever made with wiring on a bike. And I do wiring for work and stuff, but the one major fuck up that I did because I had 2 black wires and I didn't know which was which. And I was too new at this to understand how to like check continuity or whatever. And I wired my ignition backward and I fried a fucking brand new ignition.
Yeah.
So yeah, pay attention. But here's the thing. If you wire your taillight backward, your bike's still going to run. You'll be all right. And eventually you figure out, just switch those wires. Wiring is really not that difficult. And especially on an Evo Sporty, man, like you can find so much out there. I can draw you. I've done them enough at this point. I can draw you a diagram. You tell me what you have going on and I can draw you a diagram
from memory. Yeah. I'll say a couple of things. Number one, take the harness that you have currently and take the whole fucking thing out. Don't try to recreate it with that harness because it's too fucking crazy.
So here's the cool thing about that. Sorry to step on you, but there's so much fucking wiring. If you're working on a stock bike, it doesn't say in the question, but if you're working with a stock bike that has that harness, cut that bitch out and reuse the fucking wires.
Yeah.
If they're intact, like take all the sheathing out. That's a lot of wire.
Yeah.
If you're building a Sportster,
Wire's kind of expensive now.
Wire's a little expensive. And
Yeah.
you've got an entire loom right there, most of which are cut to length to your Sportster already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can use the wires.
Pull
but
it all out and then take all the clips off it,
Yeah.
cut all the fucking any zip ties or anything, and then reuse the wire. But I would say if it's your first time, I would definitely highly recommend like a kit.
Yeah.
Because then once you do that, once you rip that other shit out and you use the kit, then you're like, oh, that was fucking easy.
So easy.
And
color coded.
Oh yeah.
To the diagram that he sends.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're cut to length and there's different
comes with an
variation.
ignition switch, comes with the key for like
Definitely do it, and you won't ever worry about wiring again. Once you do it once, then you won't worry about it again. Because and it's in my opinion now, it's one of my favorite parts of the build. I'm not just saying that because I really like sitting down and figuring it all out. Like when I was doing the shovel head, like planning out the internal wiring and like snaking things through, and like everything's just so. And you do it to work on it too. So like when I did it on the shovel head, it's like everything I need is like right under the seat. So I flip my seat up and I can diagnose all the wiring problems if I ever had any right here. You know what I mean? I know there's only one wire that runs up there, one wire goes down here. And the other hot tip that I use, because I'm fucking retarded, when I'm wiring in components, I'll have a battery like they sell them and they just have like two little posts.
Yep.
And if you're like, which wire does what, you can just connect them to the battery to see it, like, oh, that's the running light for the tail light, or that's the high beam for the whatever, you know what I mean? So I just have like a little battery there just to touch it real quick and it'll light up a fucking light, you know?
Yeah.
That helped me because I'm medically retarded. I don't know if they use that term when they diagnosed me, but
yeah.
Definitely do it, bud. All right, pizza overlord. Tacos or pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Pizza.
I am also pizza because I don't like tacos.
What?
Yeah.
I fucking love tacos.
Now, here's the thing.
But I like pizza better.
I love Mexican food is my favorite food. Okay. And if anybody's like, hey, you want to meet up for lunch? You want to go to dinner or whatever? I'll say a Mexican food place every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. They have the best drinks, the best food. I don't like tacos. I like burritos. I like chimichangas. I like chili. I don't like tacos because they're fucking stupid. They're messy. Dude, you can't eat it in a car. You get fucking shit all over yourself. I hate tacos. They're the worst version. So everything Mexican food is tortilla with meat and vegetables like in it. It's just different configurations. And taco is the worst. It's an open face sandwich, which is like the worst sandwich, you know? It's just a big fucking mess. So fuck tacos. I would rather have a bowl, like a taco bowl or something.
Yeah, now that you say that, I always get a bowl or a burrito or whatever.
And when I make, I make tacos for my kids and shit. It's like, why don't you just keep on rolling it and tuck it in?
Yeah, right.
And then you don't have a big fucking mess. Yeah. So burritos are better than tacos. Tacos are bullshit. They're not enough food. You have to order like 4 of them. Get a burrito.
Oh, I fucking love a taco though. God, I love a taco.
I love fucking Mexican
pizza
food.
For sure. I eat fucking Domino's pizza to the point where a couple of years ago they actually emailed me and were like, "You haven't ordered in a while. Is everything okay?" Like for real. When I was doing bike nights, we were ordering Domino's once a week.
Yeah,
I fuck with pizza.
Dude, you know what?
Pizza.
It's funny. So they just got a Domino's down in Hillsborough.
Sick.
And I was like, sweet, they deliver and shit. Like, because nobody delivers out to my house.
Right.
Dude, I got fucking Domino's. I got, whatever, the usual that my kids wanted. They thought it was so bad that we haven't gone back.
My children
really won't eat Domino's. They think it's garbage. It's the worst pizza.
I think Domino's is perfectly viable.
I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
And snob.
But I do like pizza. I would say like pizza's probably my favorite. So, cause there's so many variations of it, like down just, and now in my old age, I'm back to, I don't fuck with crazy toppings.
Give me pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza,
fuck off.
Just a straight cheese, dude. And I'm totally good. Like I went through the fucking, I'll get a fucking steak and cheese pizza. It's not even pizza at that point.
I do love a buffalo chicken pizza though.
So you want it like thin, like one topping. I don't like sloppy pizza. You want to be able to pick it up, put it in your mouth. So Buffalo chicken I'll do.
Barbecue chicken.
I like peppers and onions, something like that every once in a while. But yeah, tacos are bullshit. Bougie.
My man.
What's each of your top 5 custom parts builders that you either own, one...
You either own one of these guys' parts
finish the sentence
or you've seen in person and can vouch for the craftsmanship.
I'm actually having trouble reading it. It's not like I can't read right now, but
yeah, I got the glasses on. So I want to say best question asked. I think this is cool as shit.
Yeah, this is a good one.
If you'll allow me,
Yeah,
this is one of the ones I wanted to take notes for, because for me coming up with 5 people, I didn't want to miss anybody.
I feel like 5's too many.
I feel like 5's too few.
Really?
I've got 10.
So
let me tell you why.
You say 10 and then I'll pick from your list.
So here's why I want to say that. And to be honest with you, I kind of sort of missed the parts builders portion of this, but either way, bear with me. So what I wanted to do is
custom parts builders. Yeah.
Rhino and I are very fortunate that we call a lot of parts builders friends, and some of which are sponsors of the show and et cetera. So what I did was, I'm going to give you my top 5 of the people that I know personally that I've fucked with for a long time that you would probably expect me to say. And then I've got 5 more for people that I don't know. Okay. That I don't know personally, that I have no stake in, that the podcast has no stake in, et cetera. I'll just rattle them off. Obviously, Oxford Co. is bars and framework. Top notch, can't beat it.
Yep.
Steel City Blacksmithing. Twisted anything. You want something twisted, you want fucking invaders, you want pegs, you want anything, a frame. Do you see the fucking thing he's doing
with the leaves, dude? And shit?
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
the vines. So I was like, I haven't seen that.
We got to get him on in the next couple of weeks. He's got a lot of cool shit going on. So we got to get him on. Aero Manufacturing, his lights. I personally have run his cast ignition covers on both the Sportsters that I built. He's the shit. He's always coming up with new stuff. Check that out. Bad Companion Silver. Cass makes the coolest fucking, she makes jewelry for your bike. It's unbelievable. The push rod collars that she makes. I run her plate bolts.
It's the little details, right?
Yeah,
it's like the little things that just,
you get some like
cool
turquoise push rod collars or something, man. And it's like, you're scanning across the right side of that bike and you're like, whoa, those are fucking cool. True. You know what I mean? Onyx plate bolts, or I mean, she does all sorts. She makes actual jewelry too. So check her out if you don't, if you're not aware.
Yeah.
And then I kind of deviated on this one. I didn't necessarily go parts builder, but Mikey Machine. I've seen his paintwork in person many, many times.
Right. That's a service. That's
as good as it gets.
Service.
Yeah, for sure. So it's one of those things.
He's super good dude too.
He's unbelievable, man. He's absolutely
hardworking, very knowledgeable. Yep.
Yeah. And then, so these next ones are the 5 that I don't know personally. Number 1 was easy, FNA. FNA, those lights, I run the tiny little pancake light on the scythe. Yeah, that is probably, now with the Springer on, it's probably 50-50. But if I had to say that people picked out one part on that bike more than anything else, it's the FNA light.
Yep.
Ask me how bright it is, how, whatever.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They're super sick. They're also coming up with a bunch of shit. They've got like tranny plates, the adjustable tranny plates and stuff like that.
Yep.
So,
and they got the magnetos they bought out. Morris Mag.
Yeah, dude, fucking huge. And then another one, Plum. We're getting to know him better, but Plum Cycles, if you're not aware, holy fuck, like for real,
East Coast, buddy. Yeah,
unfucking real. That dude is as good as it gets when it comes to fabrication. I remember you and I personally got sucked into that shovel head at the hill climb.
Yeah, the Deadbeat Custom Clash, the hill climb. That bike I looked at probably more than any bike I've ever looked at.
100%.
Because you keep on finding new cool things.
That kind of became my new standard for like what I personally like to see at a chopper show, as far as like you know what I mean? Seeing a chopper, an invited chopper or whatever. I spent so much time looking at that bike and I took so many photos of that bike. Not one of those photos is of the motorcycle. It's this little part he did here, this little thing he did here. Holy shit, this is how he routed that, and this is how he made this. That, to me, his craftsmanship is absolutely out of this fucking world. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Next one would be Fourth Floor Choppers. Haven't seen his stuff in person. You don't have to. Holy fuck, man. Those tanks and stuff that he makes are just unreal. unfucking real. Hog Supply. I have a set of their mids that I'm putting on the Evo. We're considering for the panhead stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hog Supply makes some really, really cool shit. Like for real. Really, really cool shit.
Yeah, West Coast out there. He's doing it right.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, awesome parts. And then my last one is Bone Orchard Springers.
Oh, word, yeah.
Like straight up, man, that thing, I will be buried with that Springer.
Yeah.
Like it's just
beautiful.
It's unbelievable. I still to this day can't believe I have one of those things.
Yeah.
So
no, that's good. That's a good list.
And if I missed any homies or whatever, two things. Bear in mind, I was a little high when I made this list. Also, I didn't leave anybody off of these lists to slight them because I meant to or whatever.
Yep.
If I know you and I love you and I didn't put you on here, I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I did. I tried to come up with as many as I could. Number one in my mind was real easy. Aero manufacturing. Mm-hmm. He puts the art back in parts.
Damn.
You can use that.
Damn.
You can use that, buddy.
You hear that, Chris?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
But for real, that is the perfect fucking way to summarize that.
By the way that he approaches like these projects really resonates with me because it's not just about, hey, here's a cool part for your chopper. Mm-hmm. Like he really fucking cares about the functionality, the design, and the artistic aspect of it. I think he's going to be huge, you know. And he's like, right now he's putting shit out like, do you got a custom part you want me to do? Like, challenge me.
The
you know what I mean?
And shit he's getting into.
Oh yeah, he's just like such a smart guy. Really loves the craft of it. So I put him at the absolute top. I think he's
one of those guys for me where it's like you see what he's doing and what he's capable of and where he's heading, and it's almost like, dude, you picked choppers.
I know.
Like you could be fucking.
You could do anything. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you picked us, little choppers. You know, like we're like, fucking blessed to have
doing things that nobody else is doing. Yeah. Like, dude, rocker covers and shit. Like fucking.
Oh. So dope.
So cool. So he's
cast.
Cast and like he just makes cool shit. And I ran that shit on my dude. I had actually one of his first taillights.
Right.
It had a fucking X stamped on it because it was a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, give me some fucking feedback and blah, blah, blah. And we talked and shit. And that thing was brighter than fuck. It was this fucking big, dude.
Yeah.
You definitely, dude, I ran it. He made me a custom Wu-Tang lens for it too. So I can't say enough good stuff about him. And we got to get him back on because he's done so much shit since the last time he was on.
Yeah.
I also had Oxford Co choppers because to me, like we're talking about eating pepperoni and cheese again.
Yeah.
That's what Oxford Co is to me.
Right.
He's like a pepperoni pizza. Yeah. Like the handlebars that he makes, you can't top that. Stop trying. Stop putting weird shit on your fucking chopper. Tough guy bars, you know, like that's just like as perfect as it gets.
I own personally 2 sets of his handlebars.
Oh, yeah.
And just like that Bone Orchard Springer, they're like my favorite part of those bikes.
It's just like they're complex in their simplicity. You know what I mean?
I almost think like for real, I almost feel like Oxford bars are at a level where you're building the bike around them. Like those wide bars that I had on the Evo for a while, those are going on the panhead. And they have to. Like Alex and I have put a couple different sets of bars on, blah, blah, blah. Even another set of Oxford bars that I just got from him at the swap meet a couple weeks ago. But we plugged those fucking tall bars on there, dude. And it's like, no, that's it. Like that has to be it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Those things will set your fucking bike apart.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Because it's just like, it's so true to the platform. And it's so, you know, it's like, they're just like, they're functional, they're tough, they're cool, and they're well made,
right?
You know, and you've heard him on the show. Like he's not making a bundle of money off his handlebars. He just likes making cool shit, and that's what I love about like makers of parts. I don't necessarily love the people that are trying to get, you know, like if you have like something that you make and you mass produce and it fills like a gap that like in the industry that nobody else is doing it. That's cool,
right?
You know, because you're addressing something. But people that make stuff just because they enjoy making it, that's what really resonates with me. So my third person, Fab Kevin.
Oh yeah.
He's an OG.
Yeah.
But he fills those little gaps like with the remote brake master cylinder. 100%. You know, like if you Google remote brake master cylinder, he's the only guy that even fucking offers anything like that, you know? And he's been doing it forever, and the things that he makes just make sense. He has some fucking crazy cool parts too. Like he has this battery box that goes in between your belt on a shovel head. Like in between,
shit.
like weird shit like that he just makes, and everything that he makes. And I haven't actually bought any of his parts, but I stole his idea for the remote master cylinder, and it fucking worked gangbusters. So, Fab Kevin, I've always, he used to be like super active on the forums, wealth of information, and I actually hit him up. I forget what I think it was for the Breakmaster cylinder. I was going to buy it off him. And he's an old school dude. He'll he's like, yeah, you shoot him an email and he emails you back and stuff. You know what I mean? Cool. Like, I love that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So for the other ones, my fourth one is actually just Lowbrow Customs.
Yeah. I was going to say, we can't not mention Lowbrow
because they keep on innovating, and they have these parts like, dude, where are you going to get your gas tank? Where are you going to get like these other parts? Like it's affordable. It's in, like I would love to have a fucking $500 tank, or spend 3 weeks building one or whatever. But it's like, they just got the styles and it's a couple $100 or whatever. And they keep on innovating, and they have that before that, so guys like Deadbeat Customs, like Lowbrow Customs, they make it achievable to build bikes.
Exactly.
Like once you hit the point where you're like, I can't build that, I don't have the skill set to do that thing. They swoop in, they got the parts for you. Or they just have like cheap things like, oh, you need a bolt. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to go, they don't have it on your hardware store or whatever. Like, you can just get a bolt from them.
Yeah. You need the clevis for your clutch lever. Or you need a clutch lever.
Exactly.
And you can get one that's $17, or you can get one that's $100.
Yeah. That's another guy. I spent a lot of time watching him, is Todd over at, Wealth of Information. I'd love to get him on the show. He would be wicked fun. But that's the other thing, is they have the parts that they make, and they innovate, and they fill those gaps in the market. But they also, they give you the learning. They show you how to do the thing.
And that's,
you know what I mean?
From what I understand, that's Todd's job, is tech support.
Yeah.
So like when you call Lowbrow and you're like, hey, I just got this blah, blah, blah part. How do I make it work?
Yeah.
He's the guy, at least one of them, that's answering the phone. That's cool as shit. But that's a good point. They show you how to.
That was number 4 and 5 was actually Lowbrow Customs, Deadbeat Customs.
Yeah.
Because Steve over there too, like, not only is he making, they have all the parts and stuff too. And by the way, Deadbeat Customs is the only place I'll ever buy a headlight from. Like, if you just want a good, cheap headlight, Lowbrow Customs, Deadbeat Customs is the place.
Right.
But they have all sorts of stuff for all types of bikes too.
Yeah.
And an honorable mention that I use and has pulled my fat out of the fire a couple of times, Bulletproof Designs.
Okay.
So they do all sorts of crazy shit. I found them because I got a battery box for my Sportster like way back in the day, but they have things that you won't find anywhere else, like stainless steel bungs,
Yeah.
Or like,
I think you put me onto them when I was building the scythe. That's right.
And also shout out to them because they have their normal website. They do have a presence on YouTube too. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it, and they have a lot of tutorial shit.
Yeah.
But one time I bought like a bunch of stuff from them on their website, and then I was like, oh fuck, I forgot something. I went on, I found it on Amazon of all places. It wasn't on their website, but it was on Amazon, their store, and I bought it. And they didn't ship me 2 boxes. They fucking are smart. And they were like, oh, this is going to the same guy. They put it in 1 box, and they didn't charge me twice for shipping.
Oh, shit.
So like little shit like that.
Yeah.
Bulletproof Designs. They have some cool shit that you won't find anywhere else. And I use them a lot for like their small metal, like definitely stainless steel bungs. If you're making a sissy bar, I won't use mild steel. You know what I mean? Like, and to find a bung or like something that fills that void. And they have things like sight glasses and cool shit for your tank. And they make it all in house, but the battery boxes too are super cheap because they just cut it on a CNC, you bend it and weld it up.
That's sick.
And it's nice. Yeah. So that was one that, I almost always forget until I get real deep. And then I guess one more honorable mention is Bung King.
Yeah.
Now that we're on the topic of bungs,
right?
Like, because they have the stainless steel bungs, they have all sorts of cool shit for your bike, and it's the little shit. It doesn't cost a lot, and I think they also do like they have tons of I could get all like my wheel bearings from them and shit. Yeah.
And all sorts of bearings and shit too. Yeah. All balls.
Right. We're spending way too much time on these questions. It's going to be a 4-hour episode.
Fuck it. This is fun.
All right. Good one. Dustin Slow. What's your thoughts on FXRs? I will never own one, but I would love to ride one if someone has one.
I think they look awesome. I personally have never ridden one. Did I say I think they look awesome? Because I lied. I don't really like the way FXRs look.
I don't like the way they look.
Triangle. Yeah. I don't like the flow of the frame. My caveat to that is I love any Parowitz FXR. Just Dave Parowitz, man.
Okay.
He's Jesus Christ for me. You know what I mean? So I love a Parowitz FXR because
I like
it's a Parowitz FXR.
I love when people really do them up.
Right.
I wouldn't invest that kind of money into it because I'm not that kind of rider. You know what I mean? But I think they're cool as fuck. I love the fact that like it's an older bike that performs awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like,
I'm not
cool.
Yeah, I'm not out of touch with the fact that everybody who rides them says they're the best handling bikes. And I've owned Dynas and I've owned Softails.
Yeah.
I like them both, to be honest with you, between a rigid, a hardtail, or a hardtail, a softail, and a Dyna, a twin shock bike. The only real difference I can tell is with the hardtail, obviously. You know what I mean? Like if between my Softail and my Dyna,
it's like whenever I ride I like riding all sorts of bikes.
Yeah.
But whenever I've had bikes that weren't choppers and shit, but I always wish that they were. They're like when I was I ride on my Softail, I'm like, I wish it was a hardtail.
Yeah.
I wish it was a chopper. Sure. I wish it was way more dangerous. I still enjoy riding it, but something about those chappas.
Yeah. Not a big FXR guy.
Andy Man Word. Do you guys have dates for 2025 chopper shows, events in the Northeast? Yeah, I got one for you for the Reviver show, May 17th.
I got them in order.
At Manchester Harley Davidson. Oh, you got notes. Ian's going to take this one.
So these are just loose. Some of them don't have the actual days. But just for around here. So May 4th, the first one, as always, La Espada, chopper show.
Don't miss it.
This is number 4. Do not fucking miss it.
Always a good time.
Always. It's a season opener.
Best bikes in the Northeast by far now.
For real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That show is the best exposition of choppers in the Northeast, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
In one place.
100%.
And then very shortly thereafter is the Reviver show. Manchester Harley Davidson, their new location in Hooksett, put on by Lowlife Podcast. June 7th and 8th. I'm sorry, hold on. I made a note here. June during Bike Week is, I don't know if they've come out with a date, whether or not they're doing it for a fact, but usually the last few years during Bike Week, the hill climb, it's that Wednesday is the Deadbeat Hill Climb show.
Oh, that's my favorite Bike Week event by far.
I like going to the hill climbs. I like going to see the stuff that Deadbeat puts out. I wish they gave Steve more room and a little bit more of a spot to really put out some bikes. You know what I mean? But yeah, the hill climbs are cool as fuck.
Well, it's the thing I like about it is they have these massive fields. There's thousands of bikes parked there.
Oh,
it's a big event.
You walk for a fucking mile.
Yeah. And it was awesome. Like Fish invite us, like Manchester Harley Davidson is going to be there again. That was awesome. They got it. Dude, I was a little too baracho. They brought me some sandwiches and that was good to ride. But it's just an all day. It's BYOB. They got a fucking place where you can go. You don't have to lose your shirt on $8 beers at Bike Week. You can bring a fucking 12er in there and fucking hang out all goddamn day and watch people flip their fucking shit on a hill.
Riding up the hill, which is super fucking fun.
It always seems to be the only good day too. Like it's
weather-wise,
it's always sunny and nice that day.
Yep.
That's true. And it's in the middle of the week.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
It's
good call on that one.
Traditionally, it's been that day. And then June 7th and 8th, it's not necessarily Northeast, but we're calling it East Coast. It's Party at the Pen. They just announced there's the one in Ohio. That's the 7th and 8th.
That's about as west as you can go.
And still kind of it's the Midwest. It's the period. Ohio is the Midwest, but
it's like the Mid-East.
California. Yeah,
it's the Mid-East.
Yeah, for sure. It's the Middle East.
10 hours from here.
Over in the Middle East, they're doing Party at the Pen.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're going to that one. That should be exciting. A lot of homies are going to have bikes in that show. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. July again. I don't even know for a fact if this show is happening or not, but traditionally in July, mid-July is Worcester Bike Week, early time show. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully they're doing it again. It's usually at Ralph's, and it's usually mid-August or mid-July.
It's always super hot at
the
that
hottest
show,
day of the
too.
year.
It's always
Just get your farmer's almanac out and figure out what the hottest day, calendar day of this year is going to be.
I almost lost it last year. It was so fucking hot.
It's always like
I was like drinking out of a puddle.
it's oppressively hot. Usually,
I love it.
Yeah,
It's dusty, dirty.
Honestly, it's part of the charm of that show, I think.
Yeah.
August, I got nothing. Oh, no, I'm sorry. August, I did Deadbeat. Yeah.
So retreat.
I left it blank because I thought that they had announced the date for it.
I thought they did too.
So I went through the Deadbeat Instagram and went back quite a while into like this year's Deadbeat retreat coverage, and I didn't see anything.
Well, they definitely did, because there's that dude from Australia that's coming over.
Yep.
And he's going to be here the whole month.
Oh, right.
And it's at like the beginning of August this year.
The beginning of August.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because last year it was like it's always been at the end of August, and this year I think it's at the beginning of August.
No, I think you're right. So last year was August. It was early August. It was my anniversary. I couldn't go last year. Always, it's usually like the third weekend.
So last year was the early year.
Early.
So this year
And
it's
you're
like
right.
the end.
Someone said, "Hey, you can go to this."
Because he's coming up for Bike Week, and it's like at the end of August this year.
Yeah. So
I think it's like the 25th or 28th or some shit.
yeah, it's usually like the third weekend in August.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be there, and we're definitely going to be organizing a ride.
Oh, yeah.
And we're definitely going to be going to the El Dorado. Shout out, Benny.
And right. And then September, you got Glory Days. Again, not necessarily Northeast, but East Coast. Definitely fucking support the Glory Days show. I'm really, really, really trying to get out there this year.
Yeah, I've never been. I really want to get to that.
Yeah, that one's pretty fucking high on my priority list for this year. And then also in September, traditionally is the block party. Indian Larry block party. And that's all I've got for right now, because that's everything that I could find relatively quickly on Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the order in which they are in. Again, if I forgot something, I'm sorry, but
definitely make it out. If you only go to one show this year on the East Coast, if you're traveling, go to the Reviver show. It's mid-May. It's going to be a fucking good time. We've been planning just the swap meet so far.
Yeah.
But I got to talk to you about going out and seeing it, because I haven't seen it.
For sure. Yeah. Yep.
But anyways, come to our show, the Reviver show. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be there. Dan's going to be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wigwam. Oh yeah, he actually had an actual question. He wasn't just fucking with people. What's the earliest motorcycle you can see yourself chopping or making a vintage cut down?
Fucking California guys.
Cut down? What the fuck
vintage cut down.
Vintage cut down? What the fuck is that shit?
I don't know. You can just say chop.
I mean, cutting like what the fuck?
I don't know. But
we don't do that shit out here, bro. We don't play those fucking games. What the fuck's a cut down?
The earliest motorcycle you can see yourself chopping.
Flathead.
I don't think I am restricting myself to a certain motor or anything, but I think the way that I interpreted this question is, in your current capacity and, desires or whatever, ambitions, what could you take on right now?
This man gave a lot of thought to these questions.
I fucking,
He really cared. I mean, he got notes. He fucking really thought about it. I kind of just like breezed through it, and I was like, I'm glad you took notes, because I'm working off of them.
Hey, whatever. I'm too anxiety ridden to have.
I guess like you can't go too far back, because like back when like Harley Davidson had like the bicycles with motors on them and shit, you can't really cut that down or whatever the fuck that was.
My personal answer for that would be, I'd say Jenny Shovel. I think for one, that's my dream build.
Okay.
But I think I would probably comfortably stop at a Jenny Shovel. I know I'm working on a Panhead right now. It's an SNS Panhead. Shut the fuck up.
I'd really like to do a Cervi car though.
I'd love to do a Cervi car for sure.
Yeah.
But as far as like an OEM, not an aftermarket SNS or STD, like I think I would stick with Jenny Shovel.
One thing I would like to do, and it's not chopping it, but I'd like to do a resto on a WLA.
Hell yeah.
That would be really fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was WLAs. So
would you do it full, like OD green and everything?
Yeah. Do the full thing. I actually wanted to do a history podcast on the history of the WLA, because super interesting, dude. Yeah. Super interesting. So I'll save it for that episode.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, dude, they had fucking Tommy guns on them.
Right.
They had Tommy gun scabbards on the fucking forks.
Yeah.
doesn't get any more American than
Cardboard
that
boxes
shit,
on a fucking
you got
helicopter.
you got the fucking Chicago chop on your fucking bike, dude.
Yeah, dude. For sure.
That's awesome. Sammy Christoph making custom wheel spacers. What part of the wheel bearing does the spacer press on, inner or outer?
Inner.
Yeah, because it's only the width of the fucking axle, so it has to be the inner one.
So
I didn't ever really. It took me a while. I was like trying to visualize it, and I was like, I think it has to be the inner.
Yeah. So what you're looking for in an axle, and if I'm talking out of my ass, please let me know. But what you're looking for in an axle is you want your axle to remain stationary, right? Tighten it down, put your shit in it. The axle itself shouldn't be spinning.
Right.
Bearing should be spinning. So what if you were to, I think the secondary part of this question was like, he said something about maybe I'm overthinking it, or it just needs to spread out across the entire thing. If you spread out across the entire thing, if you look at the bearing, right? The inner race, the inner race of the bearing is what is supposed to be spinning.
Yeah.
You can't do it across both because then your axle would also be spinning.
And your wheel space would be chunky as shit.
Right.
Exactly. The size of a wheel space bearing.
So say you have a 3/4 axle, you get a 3/4 ID. I forget what the OD usually is, but it's the inner race of, and there's usually, the way I verified this was I went out and looked at my bikes real quick, and the seal, the black seal on those sealed roller bearings is exposed. The inner diameter of it is not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think,
I don't know how else best
on like
to
a 3/4 axle, you could chop like a handlebar. Because like if you have 1-inch bars, the ID is 3/4,
right, and
then the OD is fucking with like 120 wall or whatever that they use on fucking handlebars. It's only going to touch that inner on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you don't want your. That's the thing too, is if you're dealing with a 3/4 axle, you're dealing with a regular Timken style bearing. Your wheel spacers would be
huge,
fucking huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they would still have to be 3/4 ID. So you would have the world's thickest spacers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the inner.
Yeah. Make sure you cut them crooked. Doesn't matter. I use a soft metal. I've done, it's a pain in the ass to do fucking stainless and get them straight. So I like to use aluminum.
I've used aluminum up to this point, mainly because you can get a big length of it.
It's just easier to like fine tune it, Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Pizza Overlord. Again, you just found out you won $500 million. What's the first thing you buy? For me, it's a 12-pack of Miller Lights, because I got to sit down and think about all the fun I can have now.
Weed.
Yeah, you would buy weed first?
I'd go to a dispensary.
I'm glad he mentioned that, because I wouldn't buy Miller Lights ever.
I know. I like Miller Light.
No.
Well, I did when I was drinking. I like Miller Light more than I like Modelo.
Dude, who drinks Miller Light in New Hampshire?
I did when I was drinking.
Really? Mm-hmm. Miller?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a Midwest thing.
Wow.
I thought you had to drink Bud here or fucking.
Honestly,
Pabst.
dude, I didn't really pick.
Yeah.
I drank them all, but I didn't. I drank a lot of Miller Light.
No shit.
It's cheap.
Okay.
It's very cheap.
Hey, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum here.
Yeah. I mean,
so Miller Lights it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do the Miller. I would go to the liquor store. I'd go top shelf and I'd get something that's crazy expensive, and I'd do a tequila, and I'd probably sit down and think about where I'm going to buy my remote log cabin.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's the next.
Log cabin out in the middle of fucking nowhere, hundreds of acres, bunker, lots of guns, lots of food supplies, all that shit. That's what I do.
Yep, for sure. I'm buying a compound.
Yeah, compound, log cabin, hidden rooms. Yeah, like totally bug out. See, I always watch those like prepper shows, and I'm like, what do these guys do for work? Are they building a fucking tunnel system under their house? You know?
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
All right. The Iron Mule. Any Lowlifes going to Daytona for Bike Week, and where are we meeting up?
Hit him up. Hit up the Iron Mule. Someone already replied. You're going out to Daytona.
That's what we're about. We're about connecting people. I am not making Daytona this year. When is that? Is that in February?
I think it's next month.
Yeah.
Fuck! If I can convince my wife to go to Florida for vacation, I might make it. I just realized that. No, I'm not going to Daytona, but
I'd like to go to. I've never been to Daytona, and I haven't been to Sturgis. So those are two bucket list items too. Mm-hmm. I gotta make room in my life for those, because Daytona in February sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
Because now that the holidays are over and it's been fucking cold as fuck, winter kind of sucks.
Yeah, dude. I'm hankering for 75 and sunny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hit up the Iron Mule, _Iron Mule, and meet up in Daytona. All right. Silver City Co. How do you guys feel about 18 rear, 21 front? I feel really fucking good about that.
I love it.
Yeah. I never do it because I always have the stock comes with a 16 and I'm like, I'm just going to use that.
Yeah.
But if I had an 18 kicking around, I'd do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I will say stance. I did 1921 on the Scythe. The only thing, if you've been around, you've heard me complain about it. It's a little too bicycle for me. When you get into some of these fucking the wear lines or something like that on the roads, having 2-3-inch tires gets pretty sketchy. I would 100% do 1821 with, a bigger aspect ratio tire on the rear or whatever. So I'm still getting that contact patch and shit.
Yeah. I think 1821 is ideal.
I like 1621. 1621 for me is just classic. It's bulletproof. There's nothing wrong with it. 1821 for a skinny bike, I feel like that's the move.
Yeah.
For if you're going for skinny lane splitter long chop, 1821 is the fucking move.
Yep. Part 2, Silver City Co. Do you prefer to keep the stock neck gusset on a Sportster frame or cut it out and do something cool?
I'll be honest. I hate seeing the stock neck on a Sportster hardtail. I just don't think it's good looking. It doesn't detract anything from quality for me. I just don't think it's good looking.
Yeah. I would say I would cut it out. It's a fucking job.
He just did it.
Oh, he did it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yeah, he just posted it the other day. He cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you asking the question, dude?
I personally, for me, I think you did
cut it out.
Yeah, you did a lot. I personally, I don't think I would cut it out.
For pussies, I wouldn't do it because it's a lot of fucking work.
I would get an aftermarket frame, or I would send it to Chris and have him do some sort of cool cast or something like. If I was going to change it, you know what I mean. Yeah. But as far as a look, the stock neck gusset for me on a Sportster frame, especially
even on a shovel frame, dude, windowed is definitely better. Yeah. Less is more,
right?
For
sure.
So always do that if you got the fucking patience for it.
I'm excited to see what you do with it, Austin.
Yeah. I think it's the third one.
Yep.
Is there going to be any zinc or smelling salts at the Lowlife swap meet? Hopefully not.
I'll order some smelling salts right fucking now.
Yeah. I haven't been that fucked up in a long time, and I'm not planning on getting that fucked up for another long time.
I for real see the utility in smelling salts.
Yeah, dude.
That, honest to God, I would use that every day.
For definitely, dude, road trip, 100%. You should have that in your car.
Yeah.
You have a couple Miller Lights on the drive or something, and a cop pulls you over, you might want some smelling salts. Yeah. So I'm 100% going to be packing smelling salts in the car. Or if you're falling asleep behind the wheel or something, they fucking work, dude.
They really do.
If I didn't have those smelling salts, I 100% would have been sleeping.
You would have been a puddle, yeah.
I would have definitely fallen. Dude, it was the only thing keeping my mind going.
Right.
It was like someone was defibbing.
Yeah,
me,
exactly.
It was just
yeah. And not in a drug way.
Yeah.
It's not like you're fucking sniffing coke. It's
fucking awesome.
For a second, you're like, holy fucking everything burns, and your brain is you can feel the synapses in your brain.
Getting
and then you're
slapped in your face. Yeah. You're just if you were kind of out of it or whatever, you hit your head, smack you in the face. That's what smelling salts are.
Yeah, for sure.
So they'll probably be smelling salts. No zinc though. I never touched the stuff. All right. Chris Tyler.
This is a nice one.
I admire the businesses you both run. How did you get started? I want to start making small steps to start my own business, building custom parts and bikes, and make clothing too. I appreciate it, boys.
Boy.
All right. Businesses you both run. I don't really run a business anymore. I kind of hung my hat up on the vapor honing.
Yeah, but you still have experience. You can talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So here's the deal with that.
Well, first of all, thank you that you admire us.
Yeah, for real.
That's nice.
It's not that you failed with Rhino Resto. It's that you decided you didn't have the capacity. So it's
I started the podcast and I was like,
It's a lot.
I only have so much bandwidth.
Right.
I'm a pretty busy guy. Yeah, dude. If you're thinking about starting your own shit, my only advice, I guess, I wouldn't change a thing. I dove headlong into it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, it's bad to do it that way, but it's the only way to really get your fucking beak wet. You know what I mean? It's just to be like, you do a couple of freebies for your buddies or whatever, or some discount, like parts and labor, like parts on, cost of material type shit. And then just fucking dive in and try to get your name out there and fucking go nuts on the social media shit. Take good pictures. Fucking just start doing it. Dive into it. And work your ass off.
Right.
And then you'll get something out of it. You know what I mean? Like some people will take notice.
Yeah.
And the more people take notice, the more, like they'll tell their friends and they'll tell their friends and shit. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, for me, mine kind of got started. I think I've talked about this a little bit, but I'll abridge the story. More or less, I didn't have any money. I was building a bike. I didn't have any money for paint. My buddy Joel and a guy that we worked in the same building as kind of convinced me, like, hey, man, you can do it. It's not that big a deal. And I started doing it, and I realized I really enjoyed it. I was always like, I used to get in trouble for spray painting dicks and stuff on like work tops or whatever at work. Like I always fucked with spray paint and stuff. I've always wanted.
Did you draw the dick on the whiteboard downstairs?
Yeah.
My kids were absolutely appalled. Like, what the fuck is this?
Sorry. You haven't wiped it off, so.
No, because it's funny.
Yeah.
Right. My kids, like, they appreciate a good dick joke.
Good. I spent a long time learning how to draw dicks.
It's pretty good.
Thanks.
It's pretty accurate.
Veiny, triumphant bastard.
It's a little thick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't drawing my dick. So, honestly, I never had any intention of any of this shit happening. Like, I never had any intention of painting anybody else's stuff. What I wanted to do, once I realized I really liked it, what I wanted to do was paint your shit, paint Fish's shit, paint my homie stuff so that it was affordable and attainable to have a custom painted bike, but you didn't have to send it to the big wigs and spend a shitload of money.
None of us have that kind of money, yeah.
Right. And it's not because I came into this trying to undercut anybody or whatever. I still consider this a fun thing for me.
Yeah.
I've very rarely made any money on paint jobs, a single one that I've done. It's never been about money for me. I won't lie and say that I don't want to get my name out there. Like, I'm an ambitious dude. I definitely want some sort of a legacy to leave behind or whatever. So that part of it is important to me. That's why I put out the best work that I can or whatever. But none of this was ever the plan. Doing this podcast, doing No Luck Paintworks, doing Bail Money Paint Cycle with Alex now, none of this was ever in the cards for me. It just, I knew that I loved this shit so much that like, I'm going to make this shit work.
We should have Alex on the show.
We should. Fucking, I'm at the point right now where like, I'm getting real close to quitting my full-time job. Like real
That's
close.
fucking nice, dude.
I'm not saying that as in I'm comfortable with that decision. It scares the absolute fuck out of me.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things for me. This sort of is just happening organically where I love this stuff enough that like, I really want to fucking be doing it. I really genuinely want to be doing it. I don't give a fuck to have 1 million followers on Instagram, but I don't know. I guess what's important for me is like, I don't know. I want, when I'm long gone, I want there to be, No Luck Paintworks. That was this dude from Manchester, blah, blah, blah. He painted Oxford's bike for that one show. He painted, you know what I mean? Like the fucking old man lore shit. You know what I mean? That stuff's what I'm after. So, but the business side of it, I can't give you any real advice because I don't run it as a real business. I don't make any money.
Yeah. It's a labor of love. And, like when I started vapor honing, I did it for myself, like I was like, that's fucking awesome. I want to be able to do that because I lack in certain areas. Like at that time, I didn't know how to weld. I didn't know like mechanical shit, but I could restore things. And that was interesting to me. And I could polish things, whatever. But to me, the most important thing was to be a participant in the culture.
Exactly.
And like once I started doing that, doors started opening all around. You know, like once you go from an observer, like a passive observer, to like being part of it and contributing, that was the big step. And it's like, if you make parts or if you build bikes or if you do paint or fucking whatever you're doing, now you're an active participant.
Yeah. Right.
Now you're helping people out. You're making fucking friendships, and here's the other thing. You're useful.
I was just going to say, it's nice to feel useful.
Yeah. Because you have a skill set that other people don't have, and now you're helping other people out. And
that benefit, the benefit of that is, hopefully, if you're doing this shit for the right reasons, the things that you are useful for are what you are passionate about.
Yeah.
It sounds like a win-win.
Well, dude, just again, I know we've been talking about it all episode, but dude, chop ahead. You know, he's like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I fucking love it. And it, like, you love doing paint, and I actually really do love vapor honing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, because of all, like, I literally spend all my free time on the podcast right now, but I still have a vapor honer and I'll still do some fucking work and shit. I'm just not doing it commercially, but you do it for the love of the craft, of the service, of whatever you're doing. And again, just like the thrill of being able to participate in this awesome fucking culture, dude, you know,
that's it for me.
That was the biggest thing for me. Cause I went from this person alone on an island looking in, like you're like the little kid, like looking into the fucking toy store, to being one of the toy makers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now you're talking to other toy makers, and that's when it gets really interesting. So I definitely say, like, if you want to be a participant, make anything.
Yeah.
Make a fucking leather good. Make a t-shirt. Make a like, be a part of the culture.
Yep.
But again, do it for the right reasons, and you will be successful for that. If you like again, back to aero manufacturing, he like fucking loves what he's doing. It's interesting.
That dude is almost oppressively authentic.
Oh yeah.
That dude he's doing what you can tell he's doing what he's interested in doing.
I'll say, if you start making anything and you think you're going to make any money, don't do it.
Exactly.
Do it to break even or lose money.
Right.
And if you happen to make money, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But do it to be a participant and be a part of the culture, you know, because again, like you saying, like, leave behind a legacy. Like, dude, people are going to have their parts on your bike and shit, or like your paint jobs on their bike, and they're going to love them and they're going to like show them off. And that's what's super cool about it. So you should definitely do it.
Here's a really mystical, whimsical way to look at it, right? Think of us that are doing this right now. The really super sought after stuff are like a Sugar Bear front end, or Hap Jones tank, or, you know what I mean? Like the stuff, like there's no hapjones.com. You can just go order a fucking authentic Wassel tank from the 70s or whatever. Like those guys, they only made X amount of stuff. They never became Paco. They never became JP Cycles or whatever. But we still talk about them, and they're fucking, you know what I mean? They're very sought after, and they're kind of icons in our thing. We are in a unique position to be the next version of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not saying that I am whatever, but the people that are in it right now, and I think Truth was kind of alluding to that. Like, we're the next ones
to take the torch, you know?
Take the torch.
Because here's the other thing about, like, the there was a time when, you know, like, so the people that are in it now, back to like Fitch's original question, like, why do you love chopper culture? Because it harkens back to a day when you'd help your fucking neighbor, you know, you'd help your friends, you'd help, you know, like, it's those guys started this. And the guys that like Roth or whatever, you know, like those dudes, they made the culture.
Yeah.
And there was a time when everybody was raping the culture. We're talking about OCC and fucking all that shit. It was just money, 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 money. Now people are in it for the right reasons again. Now people are being innovative again. Now people are doing cool things, and like, now there's going to be a new Roth. There's going to be, like, some of these guys are just, they blow my mind how talented they are, you know? Yeah. And that's the legacy that you'll leave. And if you're in it for the right reasons, these guys weren't trying to get rich.
Right.
They were just doing cool shit for the sake of, because cool shit's cool to do.
For sure. Exactly.
And that's what we're doing now, is we're doing it. We're not doing it for the wrong reasons. Some people are.
Yeah,
you know,
there's always going to be a bad actor.
Yeah, and there's always an opportunity to exploit it for your own fucking benefit. But those people don't last. And the people that are coming out with shit, like, and doing things for the love of the craft of it, it'll be around forever.
Right.
It's like the second coming. You know what I mean? Like this is the rebirth of the chopper culture. And again, it's like, if you're not built for it, like you won't be around. You can't exploit it because the motherfuckers in this shit won't stand for it, you know?
Right. For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Makes you think. And thank you for appreciating us, and we appreciate you.
And best of luck in your endeavors, man.
Yeah, dude. Let us know if we can help.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if you have any, like I said, we're not like business savvy fellas, but you know, I feel like we're in it for the right reasons. You know, we just love this shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
dude, if you don't wake up and take your morning dump looking at fucking choppers, then you're not a chopper, dude.
I've been going through my personal, the No Luck Instagram, and you know, whatever. There's plenty of times where I'll smoke a doobie or so in the garage, and I find something on the For You page or whatever, and end up following. It's a comedian or it's something random. I'm at the point now where it's only bikes.
Oh, only bikes.
It's only bikes. It's only paint. It's only custom. It's only choppers.
That's my one rule with Instagram. It's like, dude, no fucking high school friends of mine.
Fuck no.
No fucking fans. Dude, my dad follows me. I don't follow him back. My own father.
Same.
I won't do it.
I think I follow my dad, but
I don't follow my dad.
Sisters or my aunts or anything.
If I have I think I call it a rule of 6. So like when you click on someone's profile, it shows like 9 pictures. Mm-hmm. And if the first 6, or if there's 6 of those 9 are bikes, then you get a follow back.
Okay.
Or bike shit, you know, right. Like culture shit. Like if you make like cool wallets with like skulls on them or something, you know what I mean? Like if you're into that, if you have cool shit, if it's just like a picture of you and your dog and your wife and stuff, like I don't want that on my feed. I want to go, when I'm taking my morning dew, I want to be like, bike, chopper.
Yeah, right.
And I just want, that's what the Instagram is for. And that's why people are like, I'm taking a break from fucking social media. But you always come back because you want to see pictures of cool bikes and shit.
For sure. I have a Facebook and I never fucking use it. I never check it. I have it set up so that my Instagram, when I share something or post something on Instagram, it also posts on my Facebook, but I don't check it. I don't check messages. I don't do any of that shit. I don't enjoy it because that is a platform for diatribe bullshit. I don't want to hear about who the fuck you voted for and why. I don't give a fuck about your political leanings or your religious leanings.
It's also like, it's always like really shitty pictures, like really heavily pixelated pictures of like something like a baby or something, and then like something stupid in white text. And it's just like, I only go on Facebook for the marketplace.
Yeah, exactly.
And we do have a Facebook page or whatever. Yeah. I don't even know how it works because I do it all through Instagram. It just posts to both or whatever.
Right.
And some people do chat with us there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's fine if that's cool. I can go into Messenger and chat with you there, but I am not scrolling through fucking Facebook, dude. Fuck that. I don't have a personal Facebook. I don't want, because the first thing you do it's like, oh, you know, they know the proximity of your phone to other people, and it's like, oh, do you know this guy? And it's like people you work with and shit. Fuck that.
Your old contacts and shit. Yeah, no. Facebook creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
Just in general, it creeps me out. I know the Instagram is owned by the same fucking people.
But Instagram is still just like, it's about pictures, and then you get to see people doing funny, weird shit.
Yeah. Even if you are posting some diatribe about your political leanings or whatever, I don't have to see it. I look at the picture, and if I think it's something I don't want to watch, then I fucking keep scrolling.
Yeah.
But that's why I stick with Instagram. But
I want to make it, fashionable not to give your goddamn fucking opinion about every little fucking thing again. Like when I was growing up, my parents didn't even tell each other who they were voting for. You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
Now everybody fucking airing their goddamn dirty laundry. Nobody gives a fuck.
It's too much. There's too fucking many opinions. It's too much. Yeah.
And everybody's wrong about everything too, by the way.
I don't want to get on politics, but the fact that there are grown human beings that make a political candidate such a part of their daily life and personality, it genuinely makes me sick and angry. And I don't care if you got a fucking Trump sticker or a fucking Biden sticker. All the same, it makes
the internet should just be cool pictures of bikes and videos of people fucking around and finding out.
And dogs.
Did you see that one with that lady in the road rage incident?
When she gets out and the dude flips her?
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
She gets out and she's like, She starts screaming and she's like, "You're fucking on my ass, blah, blah, blah." The guy's walking away and she sucker punches him in the side of the head. He turns around, dude, and fucking double dragon suplex right on the fucking pavement, knocks her ass out.
Yep.
And then if you watch the full length one, a guy gets out of his truck. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like scolding her as she's crawling back to her car.
Oh shit.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, shut your fucking mouth.
Karma. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
So just motorcycles and fat white bitches getting flipped. That's the internet for me.
Dude. My Instagram, I'm working on making it's literally choppers or adjacently related and hardcore or adjacent related. That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. Instagram, I fucking hate looking at Instagram like a business tool. I know it is. And I know nowadays, especially in like these kinds of worlds, like that shit's really fucking important. You marketing yourself.
It's the only way to get business, dude.
Yeah. It's the only way to drum up business. How are you going to
get business?
Like the relevancy, like it's true. If you just fall off for a little while and you don't have something else to keep you relevant, like people forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's another thing that brings me to another point that I want to make. And this is something that I'm dealing with myself. When you're trying to do this shit, don't be ashamed. I don't know how to phrase this. I don't know. Don't be afraid to prioritize yourself and to understand that networking is part of it. Like, don't feel like you're schlepping yourself out or you're whoring yourself out or you're being a clout chaser or whatever. Just don't be those things. You know what I mean? Like, know the line, but you have to put a very high level of importance on yourself, right? Because you're part of that. You're trying to make it.
Yeah.
So this is a lucrative. So don't take yourself out of the equation. Give yourself the shine and understand like you are important. You're needed. Like what you're making is something that, you know, hopefully it's something that's marketable. People want you around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they just don't give a shit.
Dude,
like
you should be proud of the fucking work you put out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, and you don't like my whole thing with the vapor honing and my account's canceled. They canceled me for some bullshit. So you can't see it, but I had the best ad reads for myself. Yeah. And I was like, you know, I went over the line. I was like, I'm the best. I'm the best at the vapor honing shit. And it was just fun. I don't actually believe that shit, you know? Yeah. But you should put your shit out there on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I wouldn't, you know what? Stay away from Facebook because you're going to get a bunch of fucking boomers, dude. When I did the vapor honing thing, for a hot minute, I put it out there like on services, and all you get is these crotchety old men like with a million fucking questions. You know what I mean? It's literally like if you're doing business on Facebook, it's like marketplace, you know, is this still available type of shit. It's a fucking waste of your time. Only follow cool dudes on Instagram, and then only cool dudes are going to be following your business.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it curtail to your audience, but also be a part of that audience.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
Have fun with it and shit. You know, like if you happen to be lucky and there's some windfall and you get like rich off parts or services or whatever, like that's a bonus, you know, but like really just focus on putting out good shit that you enjoy doing. And if you don't enjoy doing it, stop lying to yourself, stop doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And I hope to get back into vapor honing and be a lot more, you know, like toward the end, I was a lot more selective about stuff. Right. And I would love to have the time to do it, but I only have enough time for this podcast and building bikes now. Right. And I have 2 down there I haven't fucking touched. Yeah. I'm building tables and shit, you know, but I'm done. I'm getting back into wrenching because I miss it. Good. And I can't wait to fucking get back out when this goddamn winter ends, get back out on a goddamn bike.
Yeah, man. For real.
Fucking do some fucked up shit.
This year's going to be different for sure.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get out as much as I fucking can this year and just like having stuff planned like that gives me hope because this is the dark time in New England. This is the time when you're like, you know, like, am I better off? Just, you know, like, you know, how is my family going to get along without me? But then you think about like, oh, I got all this, I got cool shows. I got the Reviver show in May. I got to be around for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's not fucking satire, by the way. Like,
It gets dark, dude.
Man.
Yeah. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I don't really have any New Year's resolutions. I have
You don't do that?
not like resolutions per se. I want to continue working out. I don't know if I've even put it out, but I started working out last year. I want to keep going with that. But I guess my resolution as far as that's concerned is anything's better than nothing. If I go to the gym one day a week, that's better than not going at all. So I keep it light. But I'm hoping that by the end of June, I will no longer be working full time for somebody else.
Dude. Yeah.
So,
like I say, dude,
I have nothing lined up. I want to be clear. I have nothing lined up right now that makes that timeline more or less realistic. That's just my goal. By the end of that month, I would like to be not on somebody's books full time.
Yeah.
Or if I'm on the books full time, it's for something that is going to propel my capacity and experience in the motorcycle world.
True.
I have no disillusions about, I don't even want to try to make my living on choppers. It's just choppers. It's a lot. We can barely do a damn podcast just on choppers. That's a fucking lot, right? So I'm totally content being one of those dudes doing 3-hole oil changes all fucking day. I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
But, so I guess those would kind of be my resolutions, and obviously just, keep being better for the family and for my friends and whatever else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have any like resolutions per se. What about you?
Number one is this podcast. I want it to sound better. I want to get the best guests. I want to have the most fun. I want to get to as many shows as I can. I just want to really embrace the whole, I'm really loving, like we went to the swap, the Easy Co swap.
Yeah.
Everybody there is the best.
Oh, that was so much fun.
There's not one fucking tourist. There's not one fucking, like, everybody's just like so fun and cool, and they had the best parts. I just want to give the chopper culture a big old hug.
Dude, that swap meet is what that felt like.
Yeah.
Maddie and I were talking about it because Chopper Fisher rode with me. But that, I needed that swap meet so bad, man. I really did, like, more than I thought. When I left, it was like,
Yeah. Just like having the grease on your hands and fucking
playing with
making
parts.
wheels and shit.
It was cool,
got that
man.
fucking lamp there too.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forgot about that. Awesome.
That was a good swap meet.
I came away with a bunch of parts. Like, we got to see Chicken Rick and all the Lost Bada dudes.
I just ended up buying everything off Alex's table right behind me.
Dude,
he had some good shit though.
God.
He had those fishtails, dude. I couldn't say no.
Yep. For sure.
But number one, I just really want to make this pod, I want to reach as many cool motherfuckers as possible. If you know someone that might be like chopper adjacent or like whatever, and they might like this type of shit, get them into it. Like, I want to meet as many people as possible, and I'm going to really try to get out to as many shows as possible. Number two, this is going to be hard for me, but I'm not going to quit drinking because it's a big part of my personality, but I'm not drinking alone.
Okay.
Which is my favorite thing in the world to do. Yeah.
I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah.
Call me.
It's been tough. I've been sober for, a couple days. Typically, I drink every single day. And now I'm taking days off in between because I'm like, oh, well, now I can drink because you're with me, not alone.
Yeah.
But drinking alone is my favorite thing. My favorite thing in the world to do, if I had my druthers, if I won $500 million, like Pizza Overlord said, I'd love being at a bar alone.
Really?
Yeah, just hanging out, just drinking by myself, alone with my thoughts.
Couldn't be me.
Or after the day's over, like you went to work, maybe your kids were being shitty to you, whatever. Like at the very end of the day, everybody's asleep. It's dark. Having that drink at the end of the day, like that nightcap, is just, for me, it's like heaven. But I'm like, you know what? I drink way too fucking much. You guys saw that on the last show. But
that was
drinking alone is it's not healthy for you mentally,
I'll tell you this, if you stick with that, dude, you will look like a different person.
Oh yeah, dude,
for real. It
alcohol
falls the fuck off, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I eat amazing, dude. I don't eat candy. I don't drink soda. All this weight is all alcohol. All of it.
Yeah, dude, it's It's crazy how quickly the shit just melts off when you stop putting that fucking beer in your belly.
And you get a lot more shit done.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't, because I started smoking weed instead. But
yeah. See, I'd like to start smoking weed like exclusively. I probably should. It would be way healthier. And the weed that they have nowadays is just so fucking powerful.
you can get all sorts. Either way, we don't have to get into all that. But I can get you. I can get you a 5-pack of joints that will not knock you.
I need some like mellow shit.
Yeah.
Just to mellow out. Just like, you know, just. I love smoking too, by the way. I love the taste of weed. I love smoking in general. You know, if cigarettes weren't cancerous, I would smoke 3 packs a day. I miss smoking so fucking much.
That's on my
this goddamn
that's on my list this year. I'm wearing a patch.
You're wearing a patch?
Working on it, yeah.
You're wearing a patch and you're smoking?
Yeah. Doing a podcast, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I'm trying to quit
That's
those
good.
fucking things.
Yeah, dude. Fucking cigarettes are like have to be the worst for your body.
They gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, I drift in and out. I gave up cigarettes completely. I do the cloves every once in a while, you know.
Yep.
Which is like probably not good for you too, but
nothing's good for you.
You gotta have a couple of vices.
I was gonna say I can't go through this life sober.
Yeah. It just sucks.
We got a few more questions, by the way.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure.
I can't see them.
They're not coming up. What's the plus? Is the plus more? Oh yeah. You probably can't see it because the phone. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking A. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
You said something that reminded me of another question. I was like, fuck, we didn't answer that one.
Where'd they go though?
What was the last one we did? Did it just rearrange everything?
Oh, here they are.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Oh yeah. There was a lot. Okay. Twin cams are starting to come down in price. Your thoughts on a Softail based chopper? I'm too soft for a real hardtail.
2 things. Love a Softail based chopper. I don't give a shit. I think those lines are cool. I don't have any issues with it, whatever. But also 2, last year's potatoes. I don't know you. I don't want to assume, but I can tell you you're not too soft for a real hardtail. Riding a real hardtail, in my opinion, is not even close to as bad as everybody thinks it's going to be. I mean, I guess it comes down to how you set your shit up, but
get a good seat.
Yeah, get a good seat.
Or get a sprung
you're sitting
seat.
in the bike. That's the thing. Get a sprung seat. You're sitting in the bike. It feels a lot better. You feel
so
a lot
good.
more stable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a bad back. I have a slip disc and pinched nerve. The federal government pays me every month for how bad my back is. But I ride a rigid. I don't own anything.
I will say this:
anymore.
the Softail, I have a Softail. The seating position on it isn't like when you like some bikes. You're like, dude, I feel like I'm gonna go over the handlebars.
Sit on a stock Sportster, you're sitting up.
Yeah.
Way
You're
the
up.
fuck up, and you hit a bump. And
a
you're
Softail's not bad. I would say like for the plans for my Softail originally were gonna be to hardtail it. Not this year. I'm gonna run it as a Softail. Yeah. You can make it fucking cool looking. Get a good seat, get a good tank, get a good fender.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap to get into that. Yeah.
I just want to put it out there. I'm not, again, I don't assume to know you. Maybe there is a real reason that you can't be riding a hardtail. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're riding a Softail, you can ride a hardtail. I really don't think it's that big of a difference.
It's not that big of a difference.
You can air down your rear tire a little bit. You know what I mean? And
yeah, there's things the biggest thing that you can do on a hardtail is get a good seat.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have extra cushion, like I've had no seat, like the coolest looking seat, the worst feeling seat. And once you get a good seat, you're fine.
Yeah.
And and the other thing is too, dude, mid pegs.
Yeah.
You don't need rear suspension. Right. If you have mids, dude,
you can just stand up.
And I live in the shittiest part of New Hampshire, dude. Like it's fucking rough out here with the fucking frost heaves and the dirt road and shit. Yeah. Like it's washboard, you know? But yeah, I'm all about the Softail chopper.
Yeah, I think it looks sick.
I think it looks good.
For sure.
Yeah, so you can keep it soft.
Excited for this one.
Oh, wait, we got someone with a blue check mark.
That's my boy Chris, the Mr. SOS.
All right, you read it.
All right. Chris says, "What's with the anti-swing arm rhetoric?" He's talking to Rhino. "I believe it was one of the first few episodes with that wicked pissa motherfucker Dan. Chris is from Canada. He thinks we have accents. And you were saying only rigid bikes are choppers. You were saying that. Swing arm bikes can be too. They're more work to make into something cool, but stripping off the crap and making it lighter, faster, and cooler is the whole basis of what a chopper is. Change my mind.
I would say to that, in my humble opinion, it's not a chopper unless it's hardtailed. I think that you can have a cool bike, but if it's not chopped on the rear end, I don't think it's a chopper.
I'm going to pull up a bike right now. I'll show you folks the bike that I'm referring to, and I'm going to have Rhino tell me right now on the podcast that this isn't a chopper.
Okay, that's a chopper.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. All right, where's this camera? This is heavyweight choppers. We talked about him earlier. Chase. This is his most recent shovel head build. It is a swing arm, Crazy Frank, Jenny shovel.
Yeah, I think so.
This is, you can't tell me this isn't a chopper, whether or not it has suspension.
Oh, well, I guess, I don't know what else you would call it, I guess. Yeah. All right, maybe you changed my mind.
If you got to put the distinction on it that it's a swing arm chopper, that's fine.
I would say that if you can say swing arm chopper, it's not a chopper, you say swing arm chopper. I'm okay with that.
I think you can call it a chopper if it fits the general aesthetic and design cues of what is a chopper, right? I'm not saying going and getting a fucking 2002 Sportster and putting a fucking tank lift and
I'll tell you what,
someone else made sissy bar on it makes it a chopper.
You know what?
That's not what I'm saying.
What I will say though is that'd be cooler if it had a hardtail.
I don't know that it would.
I think it'd be cooler.
I don't know. I really don't think that it would.
All right.
That bike is, as far as a swing arm bike is concerned, that one, I hold no distinctions between that and any rigid bike.
And you know what? I'm not anti swing arm or anti soft tail or whatever. Like I just said, I'm going to have a soft tail.
Right.
I'm not gonna call it a chopper though. I don't consider it a chopper. I'm not an authority on the subject. Right. I think that a chopper, you have to chop it and hardtail it, but here's the thing is, like the older bikes, they were hardtailed from the factory, right? So, you know, it's all semantics. I don't really even care. You know what I mean? Like chopper, not chopper. I don't give a shit. Right. That's a cool bike. I'd call it a chopper. He did all the work himself. It's fucking awesome. It looks awesome. I'm not anti swing arm either. I just personally, I like hardtails better. I think they ride better. Yeah. I think they look cooler. And I'm not a big fan of the Crazy Frank seat or whatever, you know, the Crazy Frank fender or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't do it for myself, but also I'm not going to poo poo on it because it does look cool. Yeah. You know, just not for me, not my cup of tea.
Right. For sure. So that bike, that style of bike is chopper to me.
Yeah. I'd put that in the show and I would confidently call that a chopper. Everything else about it is chopper.
Right.
You know, I don't have like a hard line, I guess, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And not for nothing, the majority of it, just in this scenario, is you usually are busting balls about swing arm or not. Yeah. It's not like you're fucking not welcome. You know, you're not outing people or whatever. And Chris is busting your balls too.
Yeah. Okay. So. Like, dude, again, Chase runs circles around me as far as bike building goes. And if he goes on a chopper, I'm not going to correct him. Right. I'm not going to go, oh, that's not a chopper. Mm-hmm. It's a chopper. It's whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like if you think it's a chopper, it's a chopper. Right. I'm not, again, I don't have any certifications to make me an authority on the subject. Right. To me, I think that if you have a swing arm and you chop it off and you put a hardtail on it, it's a chopper. Yeah. Period.
For sure. Because what about an aftermarket frame?
Yeah, same thing. It's a chopper. Yeah.
You didn't chop shit.
Yeah, but it's an you have to pony up the dough for an aftermarket fucking hardtail.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put some work into it.
Yeah.
But then again,
that's the thing for me is you have to meet the like I said, the design aesthetics and the you know, the way the frame flows and whatever else. It has to look like a chopper. To me, you have to like someone has to have done a bunch of work to it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by you can't just put a tank lift in a $60 sissy bar from Lowlife Customs on your Sportster.
Like if anybody gives anybody shit about whether it's a chopper or not, don't hang out with that guy.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Don't need those
I would
people.
never give anybody a hard time if someone's like, yeah, this is my fucking chopper and it had a swing arm on it. I would be like, that's not fault because it's a fucking swing arm.
Right.
Just be cool, dude. Just chill the fuck out. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
It goes back to what Fish was saying. That's why I like this stuff, because it doesn't fucking matter. You're building the bike or you buy the bike, whatever, have it built.
Yeah. Dude,
that's you. That's not everybody else.
Just
There's nothing
semantic.
like it in the
Anybody
world.
that gets caught up in that shit, it's like, dude, if my grandmother had fucking wheels, she'd be a bicycle.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
I've seen that.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure.
Fuck anybody that gives you shit about it.
Yeah.
I do it like in jest. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
I think it's fun to be like, oh, yeah, you didn't hardtail it. It's not a chopper.
What are the replies on that?
Oh, fuck. Iron Mule.
If you ever said, I don't know if this piece of shit is going to make it, you're riding a chopper. Yeah, good point. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
That's valid. I don't personally have a big distinction. However, I will say when I had the Gypsy Witch, which was not a hardtail, I didn't call it a chopper either.
Yeah. I wouldn't call a bike that, like, again, the Softail's not a chopper to me. I built it. I call it whatever the fuck I want, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Better than calling it a bobber.
208 Islander. Is that a fucking area code? It's 208.
Oh.
360 questions to ask a lowlife. Here's just one.
Here's just one of them.
Can any Jehovah's Witness be down with the lowlifes? Hope this reference makes sense. Yes, it does.
It doesn't to me.
Grave diggers.
Oh, shit. Really?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I don't get the reference.
Grave diggers, dude.
Well, please let me know what song that is, because I'm not familiar with it.
360 questions to ask a grave digger.
Oh.
Did Jehovah's Witness be down with the grave diggers?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
The RZA, dude.
Damn.
Early RZA.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself. I missed
Good fucking reference, bro.
Good reference.
I love the grave diggers, by the way.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Suicide, 1-800 Suicide.
Dude.
Great song.
You get me liquored up, you get some grave diggers on, I'm singing every goddamn motherfucking song, dude. That was my shit back in the day.
Sick.
All right, Pizza Overlord again coming in heavy with the questions. What happens if a vampire bites a Bigfoot? I'd say nothing, because neither of those things exist.
I would say, with all due respect, you get big truth. Let me tell you why. He's definitely made people bleed before. He's a big dude. He lives in the Bridgewater Triangle,
yeah,
in the heart of it,
true.
And he's got a podcast where he talks about paranormal stuff. It's a front. He is a vampire Bigfoot, and he's just vetting motherfuckers that come on the show and be like, "What do you know about paranormal, bitch?
Yeah.
You don't know
shit." You ever seen a Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. But he's such a nice dude, but he could literally rip your head off.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stand on your toes and just go.
Don't get on. Yeah, I wouldn't get on his bad side.
With all due respect.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
All right. Obviously don't believe in vampires, right?
No.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I think so. I don't really know. I had some weird shit happen at Norwich when I was at Norwich. A couple times here and there that weren't like super fucking crazy. I didn't see anything per se, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure.
Aliens?
I haven't put a whole lot of thought. I definitely believe in aliens. There's no way we're the only ones. Okay. I don't, and I'm not talking about the shit that the fucking news and everything's talking about. I believe that there has to be other things out there. The universe is literally infinitely big.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing in that shit, but then like every once in a while, some dudes that like I know are reputable, you know what I mean? Will regale me with a story of a ghost or a fucking alien or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they wouldn't lie.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
But who knows?
I want all of that shit to be
until
real.
I see it though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I'm still skeptical.
We talked about it on the way to truth. So like, I would fucking love to see this Thunderbird.
Oh yeah.
Or, one of them that they're talking about. They're literally the size of a house. I would love to see that. I would love to see, dude, I was obsessed my entire childhood with the Loch Ness Monster. If you were to ask me when I was a kid what I was going to do when I was big, it was going to be find Nessie. I was obsessed.
Cryptozoologist.
Just Nessie in particular for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why, but
yeah. I used to be big into aliens and shit.
I would love for that shit to be real, dude. I would love for Bigfoot and all that other shit and the Wendigo and Chupacabra and all that stuff to be real.
Yeah, I'd say probably not. But hey, you're listening to this now. If you have a story of one of these a ghost story. I love ghost stories, by the way. They creep me out, especially like good ones. If you have a ghost story, you saw fucking Bigfoot. I'm not buying the Thunderbird thing ever. That's ridiculous to me. But Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, maybe if you're one of our Scottish listeners.
Oh, yeah.
That's in Scotland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Write in to rhino@thelowlifepodcast.com. Tell us your story. I'll read it live on air. Or if it's fucking really good, I'll fucking have you on air, okay?
If it's really good.
You got a good ghost story, dude? I would love to do a ghost.
Or we'll refer you to the Big Truth podcast or something.
I would love to do a ghost. So ghosts in aliens are probably the most probable thing I can think of. Like all these other things like Chupacabra and skinwalkers and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. A ghost or an alien, if you have a good story about one of those fucking things, let me know what it is. And I'll have you on the show. We'll do a fucking paranormal thing. This is welcome to the Big Truth podcast. I was
going to say we're just going to bite Big Truth.
No, but I'd love a good ghost story anyways. Yeah. So if you have anything, just let me know what the fuck it is.
Yep.
All right. Charged
SXT. You boys ever thought about coming to Oklahoma? We have a few good rallies in Sparks that are still actually rallies and not vendor fairs. Always a good time. For one, I like vendor fairs. For two, I've been through Oklahoma. I would consider it. It's not necessarily the top of my priority list.
Yeah. When I was driving through Oklahoma, it's one of the prettiest states I've ever been to, as gay as that sounds. But like, I remember driving through Oklahoma and being like, this is fucking nice, dude. It was like all farmland and shit. I would definitely go back. Yeah.
Moved to Oklahoma, actually.
Yeah. What's a city in Oklahoma? Oklahoma City. Yeah. That's
Tulsa.
about it.
Tulsa.
Okay. Tulsa. Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah. I'd go there. Yeah. I just remember like, I think I was on my way back from Arizona or something. I was driving through Oklahoma, big state, just looking out. And I'm like, this is like the nicest state I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. I love anywhere out there.
All right. Bake 2 weeks. What's the best way to pick paint for a new project? What's the best way to hide road sodas on a bike? All right, so you take the first half. I'll take the second half.
All right. Second half will probably be shorter. Why don't you go first?
All right. The best way to hide a road soda on a bike is go on Amazon and get a silicone sleeve that says like Coca-Cola or Sprite or Pepsi or something like that.
Don't get the knockoff where it says Peebus or some shit.
That's what I did. Yeah. I got it said like penis.
Yeah.
As a Pepsi logo. It says penis.
Coca-Cola or something.
Yeah. I had one that said Sprinked, like with a TC. It does work though. The thing is, the problem with those things is once that silicone's on there, it fits so snug, it's impossible to get off. Yeah. And I ended up ripping every single one of them. But when they're on there, you cannot tell the difference. It just looks like...
Can I give you a cheat code for that?
Yeah.
When you're done, when you have it in the silicone, do that. It comes out a lot easier. Squeeze it in the silicone.
I've done that. It doesn't always work.
All right. If you're on a motorcycle, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
You just have spare beers, I guess. Or sleeve all of your beers that you have accessible in those things.
Yeah, I don't typically drink while I'm riding.
It's a lot.
But definitely when I get to where I'm going, if you're not supposed to be drinking there, silicone sleeves are unbeatable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And don't fuck around with coffee mugs and all that shit. These silicone things you can stuff in your fucking in your back pocket. They take up no room and they're fucking amazing.
And to be clear, we absolutely do not condone riding and drinking. Obviously.
I do.
So what's the best way to pick paint for a new project? Fuck if I know, brother. Like, we're working on that right now with the Panhead. Really, it's just, for me, what's important for me is to see the bike in a roller and see what it's more or less going to look like, the stance, the tank that you're choosing and all that shit. That, to me, has a lot to do with it. If I'm building a long, skinny bike or I'm painting someone's long, skinny bike or whatever, I kind of approach it in a different way, I guess, where like I feel like this, this style of bike needs this kind of a paint job. But as far as the best way to pick it, man, it's just kind of like, what are you going for? Are you going for dark and evil and tough? Or are you going for psychedelic and bright and flashy? Are you going for show? Are you going for relic? Or you know what I mean? it really comes down to that. And then like what Mikey Machine was
Gonna
talking
bring him
about
up, yeah.
was
Like
kind
check
of
the
like,
vibe.
if you're, check the vibe. If you're going for the 60s, 70s Frisco style or whatever, like there's a certain set of colors that work better for that. You know what I mean? You're not going to use neons if you're going for 60s and 70s. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of it. But again, it comes back to individuality. Do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? If you want to do a tough, low, short chop and put a crazy psychedelic paint job on it, fucking go for it. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm kind of like I think black is the best. Black everything. Yeah. That's not very creative, but
yeah.
Just black and gold is a combination that just, in my opinion, can't be beat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never drive a car that's not black.
Yeah. I wish I got
And I like all my bikes black, you know?
I do too. I think I'm doing black on the Evo, at least for the main color, but I am trying to get away from that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
as a
like
painter, not
as a painter. It's like again, it's like you either got it or you don't. I got a when it comes to music, I got what they call a tin ear, you know. And with colors and shit, I'm kind of stupid about that shit too. So I'm not very creative. So I'm just like, oh, black would be cool, you know, because black's always cool.
Black is always cool. It's like wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Everything goes with jeans. Everything goes with black. You put black and then pick a color that you like, another color that you like, and do that color in
You can go any color in black. Yeah, you can go
black,
fucking periwinkle blue in black, and it looks good. Yeah.
Absolutely anything. So, yeah, it's a good place to start. And obviously with choppers, black is the most pervasive color that you see. I personally would challenge you to do something a little different, but
yeah, just trust your painter. Just give it to them and be like, yo, what looks good?
Yeah, that's a big thing too. But you should, if you're building a bike, in my opinion, if you're building a bike, you should at least have a say in the colors that it's going to be.
Yeah.
If you genuinely don't care and you have a Mikey Machine or, you know, a real high level painter, say, hey, go with, this is what the bike looks like. Tell me what you think is, you know, and then you can work together and come up with your color palette. And shit.
I heard some old timers at the swap talking about green bikes being unlucky.
Oh yeah. You've never heard that before?
No, I did.
Oh,
but I didn't know if it's still a thing. Do you do green?
I have green.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Honestly, I'm dying to do I want to play with greens a lot.
Superstitious?
A little.
Okay.
I run a gremlin bell, and it has to be a gremlin bell that someone else bought for you and all that stuff. I'm not, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I actually have an idea. If someone wants to do this, hit me up because I'll do it. I want to do a green bike that's like, it's got a little bit of flake and a little bit of pearl, different kinds of greens, maybe a little bit of blue mixed in. And I actually have an image that I've kind of doodled that I would have a better artist come up with. But I have this idea of calling it Rip It. And on the tank, there's a frog or a toad or whatever with like a joint or something in his mouth. And he's like, you know, red eyes or whatever, like super stoned frog. And have a bunch of different greens and some white and shit. I have an idea. So if you're interested in something like that, or we could go Irish and do. You
just gave me an idea.
Yeah.
Green paint job.
Uh-huh.
Number 13's painted on it. A black cat, a guy walking under a ladder, all the unlucky shit.
Yeah. I like that for sure.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And you might die.
Maybe.
If these superstitions pan out to be correct.
I don't know. You might have to run like those old panheads with all the lights in the back. You might just have to run that many gremlin bells.
Those things are fucking so cool, dude.
They're so sick.
What the fuck?
So fucking sick.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, if I'll never get my hands on one of those, but like, what the fuck, dude?
I'll love to. But another way, just look up color palettes and stuff. There's things out there to help. And trust your painter.
Trust your painter. And just go and find a bike that you like and be like, copy this paint job exactly. All right, we got one left from PUB Ragtop.
Killing it.
Hey, PUB says, why do my bike go vroom?
Sounds like a good problem to have.
Yeah, dude, my bike doesn't always go vroom.
Nope, not always.
Sometimes it goes.
Sometimes it don't do shit.
Sometimes you kick it and it just goes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No, dude. Your bike goes vroom primarily because you go brap, 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 brap. Yeah, Puby. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right.
I love that.
He's like, my name's not Puby.
Pube.
It's Pueblo. Did I get all the questions?
I think so, man.
All right. You know
what? Oh, no. Sears was in there.
Okay. Read it.
I don't know why I brought. Thank you, Sears, for your question, but it's about me having doppelgangers.
Oh, there's more. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Espaceta. Oh, wait. No, these are.
Yeah, it fucking mixed them all up. Sears has one in there. I think he might be the last one.
I have to keep on hitting the plus.
That's the only one left. So
is it?
Sears asked how many doppelgangers I have. Obviously, I've the Jax one. And then the one that I remember from like high school. Remember that movie, Not Another Teen Movie? It was one of those fucking stupid ones. There's the blonde, I think he's like a fucking quarterback or whatever. He's the blonde dude. He's like a wicked, stupid, shit talking character or whatever. I forget his name, but I was told that I looked like him when I was younger.
Which guy? What guy?
I forget his fucking name. I think he's actually like a really famous comedian nowadays.
A quarterback and a comedian?
No, he was a quarterback in the movie and Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, okay.
Cast. Hold on,
I don't think you're going to get better than Charlie Hunnam. And here's why. I did a face swap, and Dan didn't even know it was his own face.
That is true. This guy.
Nah, dude.
It was
Eric
a long time
Christensen?
ago. Eric Christian Olsen.
No. Nope. Charlie Hunnam all day.
I have to say, I think that's probably the closest one.
Yeah.
I've been told I look like John Cena's retarded little brother, too.
He has a retarded little brother?
Apparently me.
He has a brother that works at Manchester, at a car dealership in Manchester.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think Auto Fair in Manchester. He apparently looks exactly like his brother.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Shout out John Cena.
Yeah, dude, John Cena, he's a good dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems cool as fuck.
Guinness Book of World Records most Make-A-Wish Foundation fucking wishes granted.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I fuck with this scene. I fuck with Cena, dude. But yeah, apparently, right on South Willow Street, dude. You can go see his brother. Apparently, looks just like
Hyundai
him.
from
Did they?
Fair Hyundai
No shit.
years and years and years ago. Yeah.
Hyundai.
Wasn't from John Cena.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Brother.
another thing. I was too drunk to defend myself. And I watched it in absolute agony as I was like, why didn't I say that? Why didn't I say that? But the truth episode. If anybody has a car that is all-wheel drive and gets over 35 miles to the gallon, that's not a BMW or an Audi, let me know what it is.
I can't think of anything.
I want to know.
A car, a 4-door car.
A car?
Not a fucking
Not like a smart
mini
car. Like
SUV or whatever they call it.
Yes. Like, well, it has to get good gas mileage. I don't care how big it is, but it has to get, and I don't have Tesla money. You know what I mean? Like an all-wheel drive car. I live out in the fucking sticks. I need to transport 3 kids an hour and a half to school every single morning. Has all-wheel drive that gets over 35 miles to the gallon. You let me know, and I will trade my car in right now.
I'm not up with cars. I don't really know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a car guy.
I'm not
but
really sure.
When
I'm sure
I
there's
looked,
something, but
I got it on Carvana. That was my criteria: is all-wheel drive and mad gas mileage. And then the only thing I found was a fucking BMW, which those are expensive. I got a 2016. It's an A3. Okay.
Yeah.
But I would love to know. I'd love to know.
That was.
I don't think it exists. I know that I had so much fun.
So funny, man.
And the funniest thing about it too, like when I was doing the editing, and the audio is all fucked up. So I did a lot of sound design on this one. So it was excruciating watching it. Like our episode. I'm glad again that the first half fucking was okay.
Yeah.
And then the second half was an absolute fucking dumpster fire.
That was fun.
But I had so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, dude, I would have, if I was lucid, I would have said so much more. I just couldn't. I was just taking it and I couldn't give any back.
Oh, yeah.
That was so frustrating.
I don't even, at one point, I looked over while he was ragging on you, and I don't even think you were there.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was in outer space, dude.
Truth was just kicking the retarded kid in the corner of the room. That's all that was going on. It was fucking awesome.
I love it, though. I got absolutely roasted alive, and I think that's the greatest honor.
Dude, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not even mad. That's why I just like, I'm going to keep the whole fucking thing in. And when he went and took a piss and you're like, are you okay, bro?
Yeah. I know. I was wicked glad you left that in. That's fucking hilarious. And when you stood up, I go, if you knocked that fucking bike over, you guys didn't see it, but he almost knocked the fucking bike over.
I had a hard time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
That's what I was afraid of.
Bad.
For the record, I am not a fucking Debbie Downer. I am not the one that's like, hey, man, you're having too much fun. You got to stop having fun. But when there's a point in that podcast where I go, hey, bro, I don't think you should do another one, but you're a grown-ass man. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And he did.
I shouldn't have done that. At that point, it was kind of like I was sucking wind. I didn't have anything left. I had no gas left. But, yeah, dude, props to you for driving me safely.
Always.
I got home safely. I wasn't drunk by the time I went home.
Yeah.
So
always. Rhino had a nice little nappy.
I took a nice little nap.
Yeah. He was asleep by the time we got on the highway. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I need a CPAP machine.
You do.
Oh, show.
I can tell you for a fact.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. It's like you can tell that like your airway is getting blocked. The way that you like gurgle when you snore.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
My doctor was like, hey,
you were sleeping like this. So like
he wanted me to go to like one of those sleep studies to like do the monitoring and shit. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. But I should probably take him up on that. Yeah. Maybe next year. New Year's resolution 2026.
There you go.
All right, we got to shut this motherfucker down. Dude, how long have we been doing this for?
I don't know.
2 hours?
Up first, we got Steve over at Deadbeat Customs. Steve's all about grassroots motorcycle riders. Take it upon themselves to build and customize their bike. They offer parts for all Harley-Davidson models and also offer custom parts for choppers, bobbers, trackers, and cafe racers. When it comes to building custom motorcycles, they carry the best brands available. Go visit their brick and mortar store in Tewksbury, Mass, or at deadbeatcustoms.com. Remember to enter code LOWLIFE at checkout to save some money. Next, we got Lowbrow Customs. Tyler and his team not only work hard to supply motorcycle enthusiasts with cool parts from small shops all around the world for over 20 years, but they also keep innovating and creating new parts and accessories, getting them out on the road. They are the #1 source for custom and chopper parts for your motorcycle. Go visit lowbrowcustoms.com. Next, we got Stay Strong Co. John Luke has been sent down from the heavens to bless us lowlifes with the greatest hot sauce on this mortal plane. Sweet heat baby Jesus in the white pants heralds a message from God himself. Don't put this on your butthole. It's for your mouth. The shits, and the hotter than hellfire Lowlife chopper sauce. Go to staystrongco.org today and grab yourself the holy trinity of hot sauces. Next, we got Oxford Code Choppers. Chris, the original bad boy bombaclat from Oxford, Connecticut. Frame restoration and repair, handlebars and hardtails, hard parts for hard men. His hardtails are TIG welded and installed in-house. Made from USA-made steel, he is your man for the hardest shit to hit the East Coast since Hurricane Bob. Find him on Instagram at oxfordco.choppers. We got to do a quick buddy check.
Good call.
If you're not here, I forget to do the buddy check.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a quick buddy check, guys. Check on your buddies, especially if it's cold as a witch's titty and you're in the Northeast, because right now it's very dark.
Yep.
People are dealing with some shit.
Oh, yeah. Or obviously LA, or if you, nowadays, fuck, dude. If you live in America, check on your friends, because we're all hurting.
Yeah.
Everything's a shit show, especially in the Northeast. It's cold as fuck. We're all miserable and depressed.
Dude, make time for your friends. I mean, here's the thing is like, everybody's like, got families, they got jobs, they got they're trying to make their own parts, trying to do their own business. You're busy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take some time out and just chill with your boys every once in a while.
Yep. Shout out to Fish. He swung by yesterday. He hit me up. I was out cleaning my shop and he swung by and hung out for a couple minutes.
He's a good one for that. Like out of the blue.
Yep.
Just out of the blue, he'll just be like, "What are you doing?"
Always at the right time too.
Yeah. He is like a sixth sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But we're definitely I think we're trying to get if you're coming to the swap meet, maybe we're going to have a little kickback time after. Go get a beer, go get not tacos because they're too messy, but maybe we'll get a little bite to eat, hang out and shit. Yeah, just hit up your boys. I actually, this week I had an old colleague, a work colleague, we don't work together anymore. He just out of the blue, he goes, "Hey, what are you doing Saturday? Let's go get some lunch." It's nice.
Yeah.
I ended up I was on 2nd Street.
Oh, no shit.
I went to the Novella, the Mexican place.
Oh, Nuevo?
Nuevo.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Ended up spending like 4 hours there. It was
nice.
It's a good chill place though.
Yeah.
You can't beat the atmosphere of a Mexican restaurant.
That place is the shit.
It is really good.
Oh, I love that fucking place.
Yeah. Drinking Modelo's there. They have some good food.
Dude, their birria quesadilla is the only thing I order
birria?
Right now.
Yeah.
Birria quesadilla. I don't know how else to describe it other than they made something that has meat and cheese taste like creamy. I don't know how else to describe it. And that probably sounds gross when I put it that way, but trust me, if you're in Manchester, go to Nuevo Vallarta or Puerto Vallarta, which is their old one. It's in the same plaza. Go there and get the birria quesadilla. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Life changing.
I got the chili. Pretty good. Chili's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mexican chili is different than American chili.
Yeah.
Like it's like bean heavy. It's creamy. It's cheesy. It's almost like, how do you even call this chili?
Yeah,
it's probably the original chili.
Either way, it's fucking everything that they sell is delicious.
Yeah.
Everything.
It was good. But anyways, go link up with your boys. We missed the Capadonna concert.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. I probably couldn't have gone anyways.
Yeah. I think it was last weekend, yeah. I only remembered because this dude that I went out with, he's a big woo head too. Mm-hmm. And we were like getting drunk at the fucking Mexican place. I was like, "You want to go see Capadonna?" Like, "Oh fuck, is it today?" And we couldn't get it done.
Damn.
And then I hit everybody up, all the boys, all the fucking old woo heads. And I was like, "Dude, I'm kind of liquored up and I want to go to this Capadonna concert." And they're all doing Dry January.
Oh yeah.
Fucking pussies.
So this is going to come out this Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So perfect. I got one thing that just reminded me to shout out real quick. I think it's going to be on this one. Okay, so this Friday, Primrose Winter Walk-Up Pre-Party Show, January 17th. Dude, go see Lucy. Holy fuck. The Abductors. Like, that's going to be sick. It's going to be Haverhill, hit up F69W La Espada on Instagram. It starts at 8 p.m., $20. And then the following 2 days are going to be the Primrose Winter Walk-Up Tattoo. I think it's like a tattoo convention. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know exactly what it's called. But it's really cool. I've been the last couple of years. Rick Tom's going again this year. Black Dog Tattoo Tour.
Oh, okay.
Got a tattoo from last year. It's super cool. It's a tattoo convention without all the goofy shit. It's awesome. It's hand curated, picked artists and shit. It's in Haverhill. It's awesome. Go support, get a tattoo.
That's this weekend?
It's this weekend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm going to try to make it on Sunday. I can't make it Saturday, but I'm going to try and make it.
It's both days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the pre-party on Friday.
Oh, there's a pre-party. There's all the bands.
Yeah, that's the punk show. Yep.
Okay. That's fucking, that's your weekend right there, dude.
Yeah. And then February 1st and 2nd, you can't, if you don't have tickets already, you can't go to the first. But I believe there's still tickets for the second. Haywire record release shows. They're doing one Saturday the 1st, Sunday the 2nd. The Sunday one is a matinee show. I think it starts at like 2 or something in the afternoon, which is always nice. But yeah, see if you can get tickets to that. It's at the Middle East in Cambridge. And yeah.
Nice, dude.
Bands.
Middle East is sick.
Lenny Lashley's playing on the one on the 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see Lenny live again.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Really cool. Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. shit. I'm trying to think.
See,
I'd love to go to a goddamn tattoo expo. I need some more ink.
dude. Yeah, if you want to go on Sunday, I would love to go. Just even swap.
I'm gonna get a Lowlife tattoo on my throat.
Mm.
But I feel like Alex should do that.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, single needle. Maybe next time we have him on the fucking show, we'll do a live. He'll just do my throat, Lowlife, and we'll interview him at the same time. I'll try to talk while he's.
You won't be able to. Especially single needle. You're going to be there a long time.
Right in the fucking Adam's apple. I'll be like, how long you been doing this for?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking A.
So
Are we doing CeeLo?
Yeah. Before. One. Son of a bitch. How do I keep doing this to myself?
Big money games. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me. I'm just kidding. I did clean the fuck up, dude. I actually still have cash in my wallet from that night.
No shit.
I have a 50. I haven't had a
awesome.
50 in a long time.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not a cash guy.
Mm.
All right. I think we're ready to close it down, bro hams.
Thank you for
you.
your questions.
Thank you for the questions. I love the Q&As.
Yep.
I'm just going to remind you, write in. We want to hear from you guys more often. Another New Year's resolution is just Lowlifes. You guys are so important to us. Write in. Email. Take the time out of your day. Email us. I don't give a fuck what it is. I just want to talk to you guys more often, you know?
If you weren't like comfortable putting something out on the page to do this Q&A or whatever, and you have a question, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Reach out and we'll point you in the right direction.
And thank you to all our Patreons. I know I'm a super fuck up and I promise a lot and under deliver, but I appreciate you guys. You guys make this shit happen. You guys buy the equipment. You guys engaging with us keeps us fucking motivated. But reach out, be a part of it. Be, again, back to just being like a part of the culture and shit. Interact with us, you know? Like if you see us at a show, come up and say what's up. Shout out. I forget your name because I'm terrible with names, but I remember your face. He came up and he goes, "You actually look pretty decent. You look like you own a house."
Nice. That's a good compliment.
Because I think he listens to the show, so he doesn't know what I look like.
Oh, okay.
And he was probably like, "Oh, you talk about yourself like you're a big fat piece of shit." Because that's how I feel. But he was like, "You actually look pretty decent." And he came through with the fucking the Dr. McKillicuddy's fucking menthol mint, which, if you don't know me, I'm a big mint guy. That's like my shit, dude. It's like mouthwash. That's
what we used to call it.
Oh yeah, dude. It's good shit. Yeah. So I appreciate motherfuckers coming up, saying what's up. Don't be shy, dude. I'm just a dude. My fucking ass and my mouth are connected by a long wet tube. I'm not fucking, I'm just a dude.
Yeah.
So definitely.
I'm just as scared of you guys as you are of me. I promise. It's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah. And we want to hear from you. We want to hang out with you. So hit up the inbox, email us your fucking shit. If you have ghost stories, again, I really want to hear a good ghost story. So if you got a fucking ghost, my boy told me this ghost story once, and I still am like, that's the one story where I'm like, that's a ghost story.
Yeah.
It's so improbable that it's probably possible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody would make that up. So I'm holding out the faith, but hit us up. And until next week, Lowlives, roll the dice, get in trouble, have fun, and never stop chopping.